Alright, we're live, chat. How we doing? Ads keep popping up. Don't know I care too much about them. Alright. Everything should be working smoothly. Everything should be good. Plan for today is to play some more post rotation. But I think Jay overslept. So we are we're gonna start off with the tier list instead. Nope, Jay wakes up eventually. That's gonna be the plan. So yeah, I've played this format quite a lot. Or at least I'd like to say more than most, right? So far, considering the set's not out yet. And so far, hold on, let me turn on the music just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so far, my opinions are Lost Zone stuff is good. Ancient Box is good. Zard is overhyped. Chien-Pao is overhyped. Bloxlax is good. Lugia is good. And yeah, there's a lot of random shit in this tier list that we're just not gonna rank, right? I'm not gonna bother with it. But I guess like to get my general idea of the format out of the way, let's start going through some stuff. Well, first, I think the first thing I'm gonna do is actually just like grab everything that I'm going to rank in the first place. Here, 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 here. That's I guess we'll rank Guardy. We'll rank this. That's here. Yeah, this should be fine. Okay. Let me move everything down. Oh, you're supposed to go there. Yeah, just gonna move everything down here for now as like our starting point, because nothing's actually nothing here is like bad, right? Untiered. Okay. I did not spell that correctly, nor do I really care. Yeah, let's just jump into this. So, control variants. Actually, no, let's wait with the control variants. Let's start with Lugia. I think Lugia is solidly, I'm gonna say tier 1 for now, but it could go down. Lugia is really, really well positioned. I think the deck is really strong. I think out of the more linear decks, it's the best of them right now. Chinchino is just such a really, like, just a perfect card for the deck. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Lugia. Like, I'm a bit sketched out by its consistency. Without Burnett, the deck feels like a dice roll to play. But I mean, the deck is good, right? The deck is good. It can beat basically anything. I think the only thing I'd be super worried about with Lugia is maybe like Turbo Lost Box, right? Just because they get to play hands, and hands kind of fucks you up. But yeah, that's where I put Lugia for now. Just like good solid deck, like beats most things. Struggles with some consistency issues, but in best of 3, I'm not too concerned about it. So yeah, Chien-Pao. I'm gonna put it in 1.5, but on the lower end. Basically, I've talked about this before, but I'll say it again. My main issue with Chien-Pao is that I think Prime Catcher is just like the existence of Prime Catcher being played in like half the decks of the format is just really, really, really bad for Chien-Pao, right? Yeah, it's just really, really, really bad for Chien-Pao because it's so easy to go for the Baxcaliburs, right? There's so many decks to play Counter Catcher, so now decks can they don't have to like waste their supporter for turn to target a Baxcalibur. They can do that through an item card, which I think is just too much for Chien-Pao to keep up with in most games. That being said, decks that can't reliably harass the Baxcalibur are prone to just kind of like folding to Chien-Pao because the deck has a lot going for it. Besides that, it really doesn't lose anything to rotation either. So I think Chien-Pao in a spot where I'm like I wouldn't be comfortable playing it, but like the deck clearly functions, right? Yeah, Tina, good. Lost Zone, good. I'll talk about both. The Comfy Engine is just as solid as it's always been, right? And like nothing in rotation really changes that. Yes, we lose Rope and we lose VIP, but like that's not the end of the world. We still have Switch, we still have Jet Energy, we get Poffin. Poffin feels really, really mid in this deck though, admittedly. I get both of them, but especially Tina, of course. But just like a couple is fine, because you're not like pressured into having to find it on turn 1 like you were with the VIP Bass, right? So, again, just both decks have really, really good matchup spreads. Tina is a lot less disruptive than it has been. Obviously, you lost Path. However, you have the ability to play stuff like, whatchamacallit, the Temple of Sinnoh, right? You have Temple of Sinnoh, and then you also still have Roxanne, so there's still plenty of ways to disrupt your opponent. Temple of Sinnoh is just very notable because of the existence of Mist Energy, right? You turn off Mist Energy, you actually get to use your V-Star power, but the deck does also play Force Seal Stone now, so you do have a couple options in that sense. So yeah, I'm just a big fan of both of these. Zard, oh boy, do I have opinions on Zard. I feel like I can't rank Zard low. I don't want to. No, I don't. No, I don't want to put Zard in tier 1. I don't think Zard is a tier 1 deck. I really don't. Yeah, I don't think Zard is. I don't think Zard is good enough. I'll be blunt. I don't think the deck is good enough. It's fine. It's solid. It's good. But like, your single win condition against pretty much the entire format is literally just, does late game Iono stick? And so many decks just don't even have to care, because they can either set up a board that beats Iono, or they can set up a deck that beats Iono by digging through the deck and then using cards like Palpad and Rod to stack the deck into having the cards you want to hit as like the only cards in deck, right? So yeah, it just doesn't feel great, doesn't feel good. It's consistent, right? But except you also lost VIP, which means it's harder to play Rotom, and you lost Mew, so like it's still a consistent deck, but it's not as consistent as it was, which was one of Zard's greatest strengths in Paradox Rift, at least. So yeah, let's talk about Ancient Box. I think Ancient Box is super good. I'm gonna put Ancient Box about here for now. Yeah, Ancient Box really good. You get to spam one prizers. They all have a bunch of they have high HP. Late game, you hit some really good numbers with the Roaring Moon, of course. And you also have like cool techs you can play, stuff like the Great Tusk, stuff like the Slitherwing. Fluttermane is just absolute garbage, but yeah, I really like Ancient Box right now. I think Ancient Box is well positioned. It's just in the general meta, right? Like having one prizers with that much HP that early 2-shot everything, and then late game you get to 1-shot everything. I think it's just really, really strong. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Gholdengo, haven't played it that much, but I'm really not inclined to think it's that good. Why? Kinda just because it's too easy to 2-2-2, right? Well, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think I like Gholdengo more than I like Chien-Pao. Fuck it, I'm done pretending Zard is a good deck. I'll talk more about Zard later. Yeah, I think Gholdengo is better than Chien-Pao. It kind of just does what Chien-Pao does better, except you're like your Baxcalibur. There's no Baxcalibur to be vulnerable. The trade-off then is that you don't have one prizers to attack with, but you kind of do at the same time. You just can't make a full one prizer board. Like you can attack with Greninja if you use the Palkia, but you're never gonna have a full one prize board, which can result in its own issues, right? So I don't know if I want to put Gholdengo in like tier 2, but for now I actually feel kind of fine putting in tier 1.5. Although admittedly, I don't think I'd play either Gholdengo or Chien-Pao when I could just play Lugia. But yeah, Great Tusk, it's not that great really. Yeah, Great Tusk just doesn't do enough, right? It's so easy for most decks to just not get, like, you get milled, but like you can just play around the mill because all you do is you set up one attacker and you just stop playing cards, right? Like you could play, like if you play Great Tusk like EUIC, like you're probably gonna like take some games off of people who don't know what they're doing, who just keep playing cards, keep thinking they can like keep getting away with stuff, right? And as well as like with Great Tusk, you can also cheese games by milling the correct resources at the correct times, right? Say you're playing against Chien-Pao and on turn 2 you turn 2 going first, you like mill like half their candies, right? Or all their candies, or like all their rods. That could win you a game on the spot. But that's just not reliable, right? and you also just don't have like that much HP. Like it's a lot of HP for a one prizer, but unless you're against either Zard or I guess Lost Box maybe, like that's not enough. But even against Lost Box, they just go like they start like punching stuff. Like doesn't matter, they're not taking knockouts because then they get to go hands and then they still like trade positively. So yeah, I'm just not a big fan of a Great Tusk. On the contrary, though, I'm a very, very big fan of Block Slacks. Let's put it here for now. Yeah, Block Slacks, super, super well positioned. I think Block Slacks will fall off as the meta develops and continues in favor of Pidgeot control, which we'll get to in a bit. But yeah, for now, Block Slacks, super well positioned, very good matchups. Solid deck, right? Airy is a great inclusion. Really, they just combo super well with the Misfortune Sisters. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of Block Slacks. I think it's well positioned. I wouldn't play it for UIC, but I also wouldn't play a deck that loses to Block Slacks for UIC, right? If that makes sense, right? I would not feel comfortable losing to Block Slacks going into EUIC. Dialga, I have a couple of friends who are like really high on this deck, but I haven't really played with it, so I just don't know, but just on paper, I don't know that I really like any of your matchups into tier 1 decks. Like, you're probably fine into most of, like, anything, like, under tier 1, but yeah, I'm not too inclined to put it higher than tier 2. I do think it has potential, though, right? Like, if you set up a board and your Metangs do what they're supposed to do, then all of a sudden, I mean, like, this deck gets really, really, really scary, like, really hard for stuff to deal with, but I think, like, the one prizes are just kind of, like, a bit too sketchy. Like, yeah, you have the V-Star, you have the Star Chronos, but, like, does that actually make you beat one prizers? Probably not. So, for now, Dialga goes in 2, but I do think it has potential to go up. I just don't know enough about the deck to, like, really actually make that claim. So, yeah. Turbo Hands. Let's put it here. Yeah, Turbo Hands is really, really good. Well positioned into a lot of things. But just kind of like very linear, right? It suffers from being a little too linear. It's a bit easy to predict what's going to happen, so if you can like vacuum a Heavy Baton, play around a Gift Energy, etc., maybe set up a board they can handle, right? I mean, you always know what they're going to do, and you always know what they can do. So, like, the deck just kind of suffers to its own linearity. And, like, unlike Zard, which is linear, like, you don't have, like, Iono spam. You have to win in the early game. You can't absolutely just win in the early game, though. Like, if you go against Tina and Tina has, like, a slow start, you just win automatically, right? Because if they can't respond to the first hands, well, congratulations, you took 4 prize cards, and then you just kind of win. So, yeah. Good deck. A bit linear, though, so we'll see if that kind of comes back to bite it. Gardevoir, let's put it here for now. Yeah, Gardevoir is weird. Like, the deck isn't bad. I think we're kind of, like, over panicking by the loss of Shining Arcana. Like, don't get me wrong, like, Shining Arcana is a very important card to lose for the deck. Like, you have other cards you can play, namely the Screamtail and the Drifloon, but I don't think it's enough to make Gardevoir, like, anywhere close to where it has been as a deck, especially because your attackers just don't have that much HP anymore. You also lose Zacian, right? So, like, all of a sudden, your damage isn't coming from the amount of energy on a Pokemon, it's coming from the amount of damage on a Pokemon, which, like, in theory is fine, but it also means that your attackers are just overall more frail, which I think is really, really bad for the deck, mainly the deck's late game. You still have the Gardevoir EX you can swing with, but that being your only option kind of feels a bit mid. So, yeah. Goodra. I'm weird on Goodra. I kind of want to put it here, but I also haven't tested it enough to, like, really make a claim. The thing about Goodra is I think, like, Goodra as a card is really, really well positioned, and I probably wouldn't, like, play Goodra in anything else than Lost Zone. I think for now, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to do something like this. Yeah, this seems fine. Yeah, Goodra, it's good, but it's not, like, at least so far, to me, it doesn't seem like mind-blowingly good. Mainly because like Lugia is a lot for you to deal with. Tina can still Temple plus one shot, right? So you're really not that fail-safe. So yeah, I'm just not like I think Goodra's good. I think Goodra as a card has a lot of stuff it can do, especially like late game. I also think we forget like how much damage Goodra does. 200 is a lot, and I actually think the deck with cross switchers, not cross switchers, sorry, the Prime Catcher with Prime Catcher is really really well positioned. Just like a general Lost Zone deck, right? You set up the Goodra fast, you start swinging with it. And you still have tools like Zamazenta. I think Zamazenta is another card that we're kind of forgetting about, but is still very, very powerful. So, yeah, Goodra's good, but like I really don't know enough about the deck to like confidently put it higher than this, but it has the potential for sure. Okay, Arc Vulpix. It was like you could probably catch some people off guard with it. You know, you'll catch people off guard, but like I just don't know that that's enough for the deck to be good. Also, like, am I getting like really weird fucking commercials? Can we not with these right now? Thank you. That's not enough. Okay, I don't want fucking gambling commercials on my Twitch. I'm gonna be real. Anyway, I'm trying to speed through this, but yeah. What we're talking about, Vulpix. I think Vulpix is good, but I just don't think like it's good enough. I think it's good into like a very blind format. You might catch some people at EUIC, but right now I'm not really confident in Vulpix to, I guess, succeed at the highest level, at least not yet, right? Yeah, not yet. Like if the meta pans out correctly, I think Vulpix has a chance, but not now. Arc Armarouge, good, well positioned. Still though, I think okay, the thing is, my general consensus on Arc decks right now is if you're not playing Tina, it just doesn't make enough sense to me, right? Like, Arc Armarouge and Arc Vulpix are good, but are they really, like... Are they better than Arc Tina, right? And I think the answer is just kind of no, primarily. So, yeah. That's kind of my take on Arc Armarouge. Like, yeah, you have other stuff you can do, but is that, you know, enough? No, probably not. Like, the Armarouge is also just very, very fragile to stuff like Sableye, right? Obviously, it does have, I believe, 130 HP, but just a single Basin proc, and now you're in Sableye range, so... Yeah, it's weird. Like, I think the deck is good, but I just don't think it's, like... It's very hard for me to find reasons to play it when I could play Arctina, is the consensus, right? So speaking of Arctina, I think Arctina is super good. I think Arctina is very, very, very good, very, very slept on. Not even, like, slept on, but I think you just, like, you put high HP 2 prizers in the active, and you have the max belt, and you get to one-shot stuff all of a sudden, and then I think the deck is just really good. You also, like, get to spam cards like Judge and Iono while still putting on real sizable pressure in the early game, which I think you kind of do better than Zard almost, right? So yeah, finally Pidgeot's control. I don't think I can rank this yet, I'm gonna be real. The main reason I say that is because Pidgeot control is almost certainly going to be better than Block Slacks by the end of the format, but the format's so open that I don't think you can really play Pidgeot control right now. Like, you can, but I can't really sit here and say that it's, like, a good idea, I guess, right? Yeah, it doesn't seem like... The meta's way too open to play a deck that needs to be so specifically geared to beat certain things, right? Is it good? Yeah, and if you hit the right matchups, sure, but the meta's so open that, like, you can't reasonably expect to always hit the right matchups, because half of the field is going to be matchups that you don't even know exist, right? So yeah, that's a tier list. Stuff is very branched out, like, kind of spread out, like, not spread out, collected right now, so let's kind of, like, try to spread it out a bit. I'm gonna do here, and then I'm gonna do... I'm kind of inclined to just, like, send it like this. I don't really know if I feel that Tina's, like, BDIF, though. Yeah. Actually, this is probably closer, honestly. I think this is fine. Lost Zone in general is just really well positioned. This is my general takeaway so far. I think Lost Zone anything is good. Uh, yeah. That's about it, really, right? I think Lost Zone and single prizes in general are just really really well positioned. I think what you'll notice about S tier and tier one is that everything here can attack with single prizers pretty reliably, and I think having like that balance is what makes like a really good tier one deck right now. And then Boxlax is just Boxlax, right? Yeah, I think all these two prize heavy decks are just so easy to exploit right now that I can't really justifiably put them higher than 1.5 because I just don't think like I think having like being forced basically into attacking with one prizers with like the exception of Chien-Pao, really, right? I just think it makes the deck worse right now. So yeah, that's my take. Don't know if I'll post tier list to Twitter at some point. Maybe, probably, like, after the stream. But, yeah, okay, so, let me go here. And we have an interesting dilemma here, chat. Okay, we have an interesting dilemma. So, I was going to play post-rotation with Jay. Jaywell? Like, I don't think I can pronounce his last name. I fucking suck at that shit, I ain't gonna lie. Jay from Kitchen, right? Homie of mine, teammate of mine, right? So the problem is, I think Jay overslept. Yeah, I'm fairly certain Jay overslept, and now I don't have anyone to play with. So, we have an interesting dilemma here. We could boot up live, but that feels pointless as all hell. I'm gonna be real, especially with the set coming out on Thursday on live, right? It just feels weird at that point. So yeah, we can do that, or we can play against myself, but that's probably not very entertaining. And then I'm thinking what we'll do is I actually want to go over every deck I just tiered, and then I'm going to build a list for all of them, right? Which can involve a lot of talking, but I'll survive, I'd hope, right? So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do, and hope that Jay wakes up eventually so we can actually play some games today. But I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere spamming him on Discord. Bro's just offline, so yeah, that's the whole ass thing. So yeah, let's do that. So what I want to use is I want to use the new Limitless deck builder, right? This thing is really, really cool. And then what I'm also going to grab is... Oh, that's just a picture. That's not what I want. You could save decks as well, right? Okay, that is a random bad idea. Here we go. So I want... Go to City Leagues here. And then... Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, let's go to City League, and I just need to make two pages here, actually, so I'll just do this. That's fine. Okay. Deck Builder, and I'll put City Leagues over on my other screen. I never posted this, did I? Let's do... Fuck it, we'll do this live. I don't even care, bro. Done. Anyway, behind the scenes. Yeah, let's make sure I have this pulled up here. All right, cool. So I think the first thing I want to build, if I just pull up that is my own stream. If I just pull up the tier list here, I want to build a Lost Box list, right? I've dabbled in a couple different Lost Box deck lists, but haven't really made my own. So let's do that. Kind of just based off of where the format is right now. I think as a Lost Zone deck, your greatest, or like as a Lost Box deck, I should say, your greatest strength kind of has to come from matchup versatility, right? So I'm thinking, I'm a big fan of the Raikou. I'm a very, very big fan of the Raikou. That is not how you spell Raikou. I think it's with a K. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, big fan of the Raikou with the hands, of course. It's a shame that the D-Knight is rotating, but it is what it is. Then I think you play the Moon as well. I'm a bit flip-floppy on the Hoopa. Where I am right now is the Hoopa is very good into obviously Turbo Hands, obviously Moon, not Moon, Arc decks, but the thing is about the Hoopa is that it's just like, I feel like it's worse than the Moon, if that makes sense, right? It feels worse than Moon in pretty much every way. Well, not every way, but in most matchups, and I just don't know if I can like really justify playing it. They like the Pidgeot as well. I think the Pidgeot's like pretty good right now. Especially there's matchups where you don't want the Raikou, but you have to like, you don't want to loss on your Raikou because you want it for 4 Steel Stone. Well, Pidgeot kind of offsets that, right? All right. Besides this, Iron Bundle is really good. I should probably, there's so many things called Iron that I should probably specify that one. And then what else? This is where I want to go to City Leagues, and I want to find some inspiration here. That's what we're gonna do. Also, I know I just turned off the music, but it's getting a little loud. It's weird to like find like a balance between like where it's comfortable for me and it's also like it makes sense for the stream. Hoopa EX Lad? Maybe. I'm really not that high on it though. I don't think it's really that good. Also, holy shit, a lot of Zard Pidgeot performed well this week in City Leagues. That's another thing that's been really cool about this rotation, is that we get to see like what's winning in City Leagues all the time. But yeah, a lot of Zard Pidgeot this week. You have like the random niche things that win, right? A couple Armarouges as well. But we're looking for a Lost Zone deck. So I'm just gonna like poke around, try to find some inspiration here. The bundle of Manaphy. The Manaphy seems important. I'm kind of like mixed on the Manaphy right now, in all honesty. I'm a bit mixed on the Manaphy. If there's space, I'd like to play it, but we'll see if there's like actually space. So yeah. And then we've got this. And this is also just basic Lost Box. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get much out of looking at these City League lists. I think I have a pretty good idea. For now, I'm just going to throw a bunch of cards on here, and we can start cutting stuff once the space gets harder to fit everything. So let me look at the tier list again. I just want to make sure I know what I'm actually trying to beat here. So our Lugia matchup is really, really like, okay, it's not like, it's not one-sided by any means because like they have the Snorlax primarily, but Hands and Raikou are both very good into that deck. As well, you have the Greninja Sableye combo if you need to. Your Ancient Box matchup is like the one thing I'd like probably be the most worried about, but right now Ancient Box isn't seeing enough play to the point where I think we need to like worry too heavily about it. We should naturally be beating Bloxlax, not every time, but well enough. And then we have Arc decks. You know, for now I think we'll put the Hoopa on the table here. And I'm gonna take it from there. So, I'm gonna like reorganize those. Here we go. Oh, yeah. So what else are we trying to beat here? I think really not. I mean, nothing else you really need to play, right? Zard could get a bit sketchy, but like if they're playing Pidgeot, you just have like a really, really free like one shot on their Pidgeot and you kind of just win from there. I think that's the idea. So yeah, I think we just go into trainers for now. Rox is very good right now. Let me take another look. I think this is the list we're looking at for now. Yeah, Roxanne, Boss, Prime Catcher. Nothing here that I think is like really that bad. I like the one Boss. And then obviously we still play the 4 Gates. And we play 4 Nest Ball, of course. 4 switch card, 3 switch, 2 board seems reasonable, although I don't really know that I like 2 board, mainly just because like I like being able to retreat energies out of my hand. So I think we'll do switch card for sure. Obviously playing 4 switch card. And then I'm inclined to just say 4 switch, if I'm being honest. I think we just go 4 switch for now. Then what else does this list play? There's a list, we're looking at 3 Poffin. Not sure I agree with that. I want to play like heavy vacuum. So I want to play was it like friendship Poffin in English? Or is it still buddy Poffin on here? Here we go, okay. I want to play 2. I don't think you need 3rd, and so we just play Artisan. As well as I want to play Vacuum. 2 minimum, but let's put 3 for now. Let's put 3 for now. We gotta play heavy. And, oh, we don't have rods. I think a 3 rod should be fine. Alright, this is interesting. I think we go... I'll play the Prime Catcher, of course. This is a very obvious A-spec. As well as Artisan. Two of those seems fine. As well as a Pokestop. And then a Skill Stone. And the... Oh. Escape. No, it's emergency board, right? Yeah. Here we go. Got the board. How much space? We've got 9 left. Yeah, we're definitely gonna make some cuts. That checks out, though. I think I really just don't mind cutting the Hoopa for now. The Pidgeot's probably not needed, but I do want to try that. I think it like has a spot in the deck for sure. Nothing important I'm forgetting doesn't seem to be the case, so I'm thinking... we're probably looking at like 3 of these. Probably 3 of these. Probably 4 of these. And then 2 Psychic. Still 2 cards too many. And this is the same energy split? No, 1 less energy. Okay, interesting. We could probably get away with cutting energy then. Yeah, the question is kind of like, what else then? We're not playing the Counter Catcher. Definitely don't need the 3 Vacuum. Definitely don't need a 3 Vacuum. I think the meta's in a weird spot where like I like the Manaphy, but I don't think you have to play the Manaphy, mainly because you also have the option of playing around around stuff like Greninja. To the point where like you might not even like need the Manaphy, but that also just kind of like seems risky in its own way, right? Manaphy just seems like a dead card in so many matchups. But then again, like having dead cards is never like bad for Lost Box. Also Chien-Pao. But Chien-Pao does play the Canceling Clone. They also don't have cross switchers anymore. And I think we're more worried about hands against that. Then again, though, if they go hands, we have to respond with Moon. Then they get to go Greninja, kill the Moon that now has damage on it, kill Comfy. So I think the line here actually then is we go cut this, play Hoopa, cut Pidgeot, and let's play Counter Catcher. This list seems good, right? This seems like a good starting list for Lost Box. If I can, like... What are we picking here? Comfy, I guess. Yeah, this seems good. I like this. Just kind of basic. Do we play Palpad, actually? Maybe we play Palpad in this. We could probably cut a switch. Switch for Palpad might not be a bad shout. We have the board, we have the energies, of course. We have the Prime Catcher, which is kind of just like our 8th switch card. I low-key don't hate that. Yeah, let's send it with this. Okay. So how we go from here? We have the save, very save, so share, statistics. Oh, interesting. Playable starters. Okay, oh, this is cool. Wait, this is really cool. I haven't gotten the chance to like really explore this. So yeah, we have a 49% chance of starting Comfy, right? Assuming we always want to start Comfy. And a 19% chance that we're forced to start the Comfy, which is really interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Cram, Sable, everything just 14%, right? That checks out. Mulligan rate is at 19. Seems reasonable. And then... I mean, besides that, yeah, just really cool that we have the statistics on this. You can play test. I think this is the Lumos tabletop, right? Yeah, okay. That's not what we're doing right now, though. Not what we're doing right now. Let's instead... So this should be saved, right? Yeah, okay. So we'll just go new deck. Cool, alright. Moving on, let's talk about Tina. Starting off with the Comfies, of course. And then the Tina line. Okay, can't do it like that. 3/3. Give me my Creme and a Sable and a Greninja. That is AK. Here we go. Okay. From here, I'm kind of inclined to say we just don't play anything else. I don't think I want to play anything else, at least not yet. So, oh wait, Iron Leaves. Do we even need to play Iron Leaves? I kind of don't know that we have to play Iron Leaves in this deck. Let's put it in for now. And we can reevaluate it later. Yeah, so let's do Colress. So the weird thing here for Tina is going to be like building the deck without the path, right? Like you have mostly the same things, but without path the deck gets like kind of weird. And you probably have to play it like a bit more aggressively as well, so it's interesting. Let's take a look at some Tina lists for some inspiration here. I know a lot of them playing cards like Vacuum. They've been playing cards like Force Sealstone. I believe that one is in... Yeah, we got a Vacuum and Force Sealstone here. Double Iono seems mid as hell. Skateboard is good. Jet is good. Arson seems alright. I just want to play the Temple of Sinnoh, though. Okay, looking at this list, I have a couple of ideas. So let's go back here. I want to keep the supporter count the same. We're going to obviously go for 4 Nest Ball. Of course. get somebody poffin, just a couple. Then we're gonna do gate, and we're going to do force switch, or do we want to play bundle in this? Probably not, right? We probably don't play bundle in Tina. Yeah. This plays canceling Cologne as well. That seems odd. Thinking we just kinda... Yeah. I don't think we play any of that. We just play the Rod. And we play a Vacuum. And we play the Prime Catcher. And we play any other, like, normal Tina cards I'm missing. Counter Catcher. I want to play 2. I love double Counter Catcher in this deck. Besides that, Heavy is an option, but it's just kind of seems mid. Like, Heavy Ball seems to be here, like, as a response to the fact that the deck doesn't really have good ball search anymore. At least not in the same way it used to, right? I guess I'm not that opposed to the Heavy Ball. We play enough 1-0s. And then I'm thinking we do Forest Sealstone. And we do Board. And we do Temple Sinnoh. And probably... I feel like we have too much space, but we go like 4 Jet, right? Probably just like 4 Grass. I wouldn't be opposed to going 4 Grass, 4 Sidekick, 2 Water. Oh, wait, the deck, we don't have Gears. We're not playing Gears. That's what I want to play. Wonder why the Japanese playlists aren't playing Gears. Yeah, I don't know why they're not playing Gears either. Speaking of not playing Gears, I don't know why the fuck I'm not playing Gears. So bye-bye Heavy Ball. And... probably... I want to test out the Vacuum and the Force Sealstone that's been so popular. I'm not high on the Leaves, but I'm also mainly not high on Leaves because I don't think Zard is that good. But I guess like without it, our Zard matchup's really not that great. Cut Stone, we could cut Stone. I like the Stone though. Like there's enough matchups where you don't need to Requiem. Then again, the Stone's just not like... I'm more inclined to try cutting an Energy. I think you're completely fine only playing the 13 energies in Tina. That's what I did on my cup this weekend. Granted, that was current standard. You probably play 3 Psychic, 4 Grass as the split when you play the Leaves, right? And we should play 2 Gear. Do that. Thank you. A lot of 2s in this deck. 2 Poffin, 2 Gear, 2 Catcher, 2 Rod. Vacuum Sealstone. Like, the Vacuum Sealstone, I think, is, like, more so, like, a try it, see if it's good type of thing. But, I don't know. I also like having more ways of getting stuff in the Lost Zone, right? You have the Vacuum, you have your own Sealstone and Board, and Temple to a somewhat lesser extent. So I kind of like this list as, like, a starting point. Kind of mixing some of the Japanese ideas with some stuff that's more... traditional and current standard, mainly the 2 Roxanne, 2 Boss Split, as well as the 2 Pokegear, 2 Counter Catcher, 2 Rod, right? I like the Prime Catcher a lot. Actually, we probably don't need double Counter Catcher and Prime Catcher now that I think about it for more than 2 seconds. That's like complete overkill. Yeah, that's definitely overkill. In that case, I feel like the deck doesn't have enough Ball Search. I guess we cut we add the Heavy back. Like Heavy in Tina feels bad, but it's either that or Ultra Ball. And I really think I'd rather play Heavy at that point. Interesting. Yeah, I like this list as I guess a starting point. There's a couple things I'm like kind of sketched out about, but I think they're worth trying. Namely the Vacuum, the Heavy Ball, the Force Steel Stone, the Leaves, right? But I mean, Tina's good. Tina's well positioned. You're kind of like not the same like disruptive deck as you once were, but instead you kind of just get to play. You kind of just get to play like more aggressive. This is your current 60 after the Heavy Battle Back. Yeah, this seems good. I like this right now. This is probably like where I'd start with Tina for sure. All right. Moving on. Let's do. What am I looking for again? I'm gonna clear the deck builder. New. Here we go. New deck. Let's go Lugia. Yeah, let's do some Lugia stuff. So for starters, actually, I built the Lugia list earlier today, so this is gonna be fast. That is a K. Hold up. Yeah, I built the Lugia list earlier today, so this should be pretty fast. Because I kind of already have like an idea in my head of how I want this to look. There's no H there. Or I just can't spell. Okay, hold up. Oh, it's double C, right? Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna get 3 of these. Actually, I should just be able to like. Where did I make it? Oh, I made it on PCG Sim. That's right. That's where I made it. I guess I can just like grab it. Hold up. And then I should have it on the deck builder here. Oh wait, no, I have it. Pause. Upload file. Here we go. Is it on the import if I go here? No, I don't think it is. Okay. That's fine. I just need to like look at it then. Yeah, so here's the 6 damage for that. I just want to put it into Limitless though. Lugia is unfortunately pretty good. Yeah, this is just how I remember building it though. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're gonna go the Minchinos and then the Chinchinos. I'll try to make the Lugia stuff fast though. I like the 3-2. The 3-2 has been feeling good just because like I don't think you ever get to use more than 2, and in most games you really only want to like you'd want to use more than 1 Chinchino if possible, but you really don't get to. So this is fine. I think cards like Snorlax are still as good as ever. Speaking of Snorlax, let me get 2 of those. And as well, one thing that's like wondered me about the Japanese lists is the lack of Mew EX. If I can actually get Mew EX here instead of just the EX cards in the set called Mew. Thank you. Yeah. I like Mew a lot. Obviously, it's very good into Tina. And also, I just think every deck needs like a good Iono out in this format. Now, granted, you play 4 Gift Energies in this deck, so very rarely is that like the end of the world. But against Tina, especially, right? They don't have Path anymore. They can't block their Mew. However, they can go Temple of Sin and Roxanne to get around Gift. So, yeah, the more I think about it, the more I kind of want to play like double Temple in Tina. But then you're blocking Jet, and then I'm less like excited about the idea. So I don't know. I'm gonna take another glance here, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, my Archeops, hello. What am I forgetting? Yeah, maybe like the most important card in the deck. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. That aside, let me grab some Professor's Research. I want to play 3 of those. I want to play Probably 2 Iono, although I don't mind 3 Iono. One thing I noticed about the Japanese list is that they're playing double Serena. And now I don't find double Serena terrible because I think Serena as a card just has really good inherent synergy with Lugia, but 2 is a lot for a card that can only gust V's, right? So what I'm thinking is I want to play probably this split, and then we go 2 boss. And then I think the debate is whether or not we play like this. Yeah, here we go. Is whether we play the Jacques or we play the second Serena. Is kind of like is the main debate right now for me. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird because like the Jacques makes sense, right? You don't have Burnett anymore. Being able to theoretically fish into double chops if you have like an Ultra Ball in hand, I think is very, very good, but it's just the card feels so mid, right? But like you also have mid to late game use for it because of the Shinchinos, so I think for now we play the Jacques, but I'm very, very ready to cut it if the time comes. So that aside, let's add all the Ball Search cards. Capturing. There we go. There, and we go, I think Great Ball is probably just better than Nest right now. Main reason is that, like, I typically prefer Nest Ball. Now that we don't have, Burnett anymore, we want more Ball Search cards that find us, Arceus, right? So, 2 of those for now. Master Ball as well. I'm gonna chuck that in there. What else do we want to play? What else did I add earlier? No other item cards. Okay, sick. That checks out. Yeah, so it's just energies from here, I think. Here we go. Collapsed Stadium. We always want to be able to threaten having an all single prize board, so I think we can do that pretty well with Collapse. We play plenty of 1 prizes for that. Oh, right, another thing I forgot. I like Ditto. I think Ditto is very, very good in this deck. Hello, Lostina Gober, how we doing? Yeah, I like Ditto a lot. Mainly just like as a better than the 4th Lugia, right? So like the way I think about it is like you play 4 Lugia, so you start the Lugia, right? But if you start the Ditto, you can just make the Ditto a Lugia. However, if you start the Lugia, you get your Lugia, you start anything else for that point, right? Or for that sake. The Ditto can also be a 1 prize to bench in the mid to late game when you want to go for your collapse play, right? Whereas like if that was a 4th Lugia, then you like don't have that option, right? Or at least you don't have that option as much. 3-2 mouse, it's kind of 50-50. A lot of them are playing 4-3. I just don't think the 4-3 does enough to warrant the space anyway. Yeah. Emu or mouse to use the mouse attack. I don't think that's how that works. But yeah, the Ditto just is versatile, right? Yeah, good card. There's one other thing I know I'm forgetting, right? Because with Ditto's only on turn 1. So I mean, unless you mean going into Mew or Minccino on turn 1, but like going into Minccino is like unless you have nothing and you need to call for family, in which case you would rather read the wind and copy Lugia, then the Ditto going into a 1 prize was always a Snorlax because it's just better at taking a hit. So yeah, let's get with the energies. Let's go gifts. That is hello, gift energy. And what are we playing right now? I forgot already. 4 Jet, of course. 4 DTE as well. Double Turbo. 17? Yeah, 17 is the golden number right now. Then I want to play Mist Energy. For now, let's play 1. We got Therapeutic, we play 2, because we play 2 Snorlax. And we got the V-Guard. So the weird thing about the both the Mist and the V-Guard against Tina is that both can be turned off by Temple. However, if they only play 1 Temple, then they can't, you know, abuse both, right? So let me double check here. We are on 16, so we want to increase 1. One thing I was thinking is that, well, so first of all, I know there's another card here I'm missing. So I think that is 3rd Great Ball, probably not worth it. So what I want to do, actually, is I'm thinking I want to play either Charizard Luminous Energy or Luxray Reversal Energy. The weird thing about both of those, though, is that they're kind of just not as good as the Cinccino. Yeah, we're adding another energy, but it's another energy plus another attacker that matches that energy. So I'm kind of tempted to go for the Luxray, and I think the Luxray is something I want to try in the deck, primarily because you have the Jacques, right? We're playing the Jacques, which means we have a way to find the Luxray pretty easily, right? In the mid to late game. So this seems like a pretty good start. Also, you have like a really good mirror if you play the Luxray, because you have you can knock out a Lugia without committing a bunch of energies to a Cinccino, which is a pretty good, pretty big swing, right? So yeah, this seems good to me. Let me make sure I know how to place their spell Cinccino though, because I want to do here. Cinccino. Cool. Save that one up. Here's what we got so far. This should probably just be deleted. This is not a real deck. Yeah, let's move on to Ancient Box. Now, Ancient Box is a deck I have been working on with no Nest and Lugia, no Nest and Lugia. We're playing Great Balls instead. Yeah, Ancient Box is a deck that's a bit weird for me to talk about because I've been working on the deck with a couple different people who mostly don't want me to leak. So this is a more default list that is not similar to what I've been like mainly testing on my own, but more so like a default list based on like how the deck should be played. Arrived just in time for dinosaurs? Hell yeah, love some dinosaurs. Oh god. So this is where I start with the Pokemon line. What I've come to the conclusion of so far is the Roaring Moon is just not good. Like the big one, the Roaring Moon EX. The Roaring Moon EX doesn't do enough because your one pricers do everything you want them to do, right? So for now, I'm really just inclined to say, fuck it, Weeball, send this. Granted, I found it the hard way last stream, but the Great Tusk, while kind of mid in a lot of matchups, and also a horrendous starter, because of its 3 retreat cost, is really good into Mirror. It's super good into Mirror, and you can definitely cheese some people with it. So actually, I think I want to play it. Although I need to check the stats here. Our odds of starting... Oh, okay, we don't have the odds yet. We don't have a 6-card deck. So we'll get back to that. But I want to know my odds of starting just the Great Tusk, right? Because I'm really scared of starting single Great Tusk because you only play 1 switch card. All right, moving on. Let's get the boring supporter cards out of the way. Explorer's Guidance and a boss. Okay. Moving on, we're obviously playing 4 Vessel. Are we playing 4 of anything else, or am I just like misremembering stuff? I think for now, let's just add stuff. Let's go for Nest Ball and for Ultra Ball. If you just mill their good cards, is true. Just mill turn 1, you hit all the resources. Trust. I know I have a list on Sim as well, so let me just like... Here we go. This is not the exact 60 I want to build, but it's pretty close. Just make sure I actually have everything. Yeah, this is how I remember it. Okay. So, we're gonna go Pokegears. That is not how you spell Pokegear. Hello. Gonna add 3 Pokegear, and then I'm gonna do only 2 Dark Patch. I like the 3, but I think without playing the Big Moon, you can probably get away with playing 2. So I'm gonna test that for now. That, and let me refresh myself. I want to play 2 Rod. I want to play 2 Catcher. Okay, yeah. Rod, Catcher. Going into some 1-ofs. We're playing 1 Vacuum, 1 Switch Cart. Thank you. 1 Drum. If you're playing the Koraidon, you're playing the Drum for sure. And then I think we just do our booster capsules. Dark Patch is so much more helpful than I expected. Yeah, dude, the Dark Patch is really good. I just cut the 3rd one, but that's only because I cut the big Roaring Moon, right? So the 3rd might go back in. It's just such a good card to see. Yeah, free capsule. 1 Defiance Band. Then I think we're just going to go for Pokestop. And I'm forgetting something. Or not, maybe I'm not forgetting something. I feel like I'm forgetting 1 card. Didn't I already add one? Oh, Palpad. Forgot Palpad. Knew I'm forgetting something. I always forget something. Yeah, put it there. And then we're just going to play the very basic 6 Dark and 3 Fighting. So this would be like my default, my default Roaring Moon list right now. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this deck. I think this deck is really well positioned. I think it's really good. I think, right, let's check the odds here on our Great Tusk. Our Great Tusk of starting it just alone is at rounding up to 4%. That's not bad. I mean, like, it's gonna happen, but it's probably worth the spot. What's the plan to Zard? Punch them really hard, and you'll just win. Basically, right? Zard's win con against you is late game Iono, and you don't care about late game Iono if you burn through your entire deck with Pokestop, and then you Palpad and Rod back all the cards you need. Yeah. Actually, I might be able to, like, demonstrate, okay, so this is, like, not, like, a real game, but if we go here, actually, we can probably, like, see this. Try to, like, do I want to do this? Does this make sense to do on streams as Solitaire? Because basically, like, what we could do is simulate a game against Zard, but then I would, yeah, that doesn't make sense to do. We'll do that another day. Also, when fucking Jay decides to wake the fuck up, we can just play the matchup. You're missing free Fluttermane? No, I'm fucking not. That card is terrible. Fluttermane sucks. You beat Lost Box anyway with this deck. You have 140 HP, single prize basic Pokemon running around. Lost Box cannot handle that. Ancient Booster Capsule is just insult to injury. The Fluttermane is in it. When I first okay, I had like a weird like cycle with Fluttermane, because when I first saw Fluttermane, I'm like, wow, this card's shit. Like you only lock the active. That's terrible. Then some time went by, and I played the format a bit more. I'm like, wow, Fluttermane has a usable attack? Oh, wait, that's good, right? Because you can lock active, and you actually get to, you know, one-shot Home Feast. That sounds great. And then I played a bit more, and then I realized I throw my Dinosaur in the active, and I don't care if my opponent plays Lost Zone stuff. I win anyway. So, yeah, that's the cycle of Fluttermane for you. The card sucks. Ironically, I think Fluttermane has more use cases in other decks than what's it called? Than Ancient Box. It's not just for the Lost Box. I know it's not just for Lost Box. Like, no, it's not. No, you're not getting anything out of Zard. Trust. You're not beating Zard with Flutter. The thing about the Fluttermane is that its single, like, exclusive use case is as ancient fodder. But the only difference between playing Koraidon and playing Fluttermane is that the Fluttermane, if you start Fluttermane, the card is bad, right? Which means you have to retreat the Fluttermane to attack with something else, right? But your opponent's never going to target the Fluttermane because the Fluttermane is never attacking, which means you have a ancient card stuck on your board for the rest of the game that you can't get off your board because your opponent's just not going to kill it. Meanwhile, Koraidon, mid-attacker, but it's still attacking, especially early game. You're one-shotting one prizers, you're threatening stuff. Your opponent is going to have to kill the Koraidon, which means that at the late game, you can have a board that is just your Roaring Moons and the Greninja and nothing else, right? Because you're forcing your opponent to actually knock it out as a threat, whereas Fluttermane isn't the threat and they just won't knock it out because it's not attacking. It is a pivot, right? It's a pivot, and it's ancient fodder. But at that point, you just so much rather play cards like Slitherwing, cards like Koraidon, cards like Great Tusk. Great Tusk is a bit more iffy because it has free retreat, like 3, like as in the number, not free, as in like free food. So the Flutter's bad. The Fluttermane is bad. And frankly, I think the main thing that's holding this deck back is that there's no other like good ancient cards, right? We've run out of ancient cards to play. I think this deck plays every ancient trainer in the format, if I'm not mistaken. I think we play all the ancient supporters, all the ancient items, tools, etc. We can. But the Pokemon all just what's it called? Yeah, all the Pokemon just suck, besides the Roaring Moon, obviously. All the Japan lists that have 1 play 3, but the Japan lists are bad and play best of 1. So, but I will do me, thank you. Yeah. So the Slithering is like also like not great, but like the Slithering has a use case, and that use case is Iron Hands, right? Iron Hands, namely Turbo Iron Hands, can really run you over in certain games. So, yeah, the Slithering is a good response to that. Great Tusk, still a bit iffy on it, if I'm being honest, but for now I do want to try it. I think it's worth the spot. And then Koraidon, once again, like Koraidon just kind of mid, but the thing is, like, you get to, like, the thing about the Koraidon and why we're playing 4 of it is because whether or not you start Roaring Moon or start Koraidon never really matters because they're both doing the same thing in the early game. The thing is, Koraidon falls off late game, but you just don't bench more Koraidons than you have to, and then in the late game, your board is exclusively Roaring Moon and you just start bonking shit, right? But like early game, you might as well attack with Koraidon than attack with a Roaring Moon, right? And doing that as well can actually allow you to set up for some really, really big, Ancient Drum of Awakenings. So there's a lot of perks to playing the Koraidon, but it is mainly here just for Ancient Father because ideally you always attack with Roaring Moon, which is by far the best attacker in the deck, right? Everything here is just fodder at the end of the day. So yeah, that's where we're at with Dino Box. I'll build one more deck and then we'll go over everything we've built so far. Yeah, just kind of like to sum up stuff. So for now, let's talk Block Slacks. Now, I'm gonna be real with you guys for a second. I don't think I know how to build Block Slacks at all. I don't think I know how to build this deck, so I'm gonna have to take some inspiration here. So let me find here. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, so we're gonna City Leagues, and there's a Block Slacks list right there. All right, let's start and take a look. Don't play Mantine. I will not play Mantine. I promise you, I will not play Mantine. Yeah, but this does play mostly what I wanted to. Mawile is a mini-or counter. I don't think we'll need to worry about that, at least for the foreseeable future. Actually, maybe it isn't like a bad shout to play the Mawile. For now though, Chi-Yu, that is an S, hold up, Chi-Yu. Rotom. Thank you. And Mimikyu. Definitely all in the deck, for sure. I don't really want to play other basics in this. At least for now. Mawile's great. I like the Mawile. Yeah, I'm not playing Mantine. You do not have to tell me not to play Mantine. Trust me, I will not play Mantine. There is a card I was thinking about. Let me actually... I think it's called... Is it Pokelure? That is... Oh my god, hello. Pokelure? Wait, it should probably just like lure first, right? Lure module, haha. Each player with the top 3 cards of their deck. Oh, their hands. Wasn't there another one that did the same for the discard for the discard? I know it's in Go. Hold up. I just want the set. Pokemon Go. Player. Okay. Okay, I mean, I don't know that it's relevant to the discussion. I mean, listen, you can have your opinion. I'm just saying I disagree with it. There's no harm, no foul there, right? All right. Anyway, I'm going to find. Here we go. Was it egg? To the point of heads. Search different. If tails putting. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Is it just lure module? That seems bad. Okay, so basically the idea with the lure module, right, is that you can force Pokemon into your opponent's hand, and then what's it called? And then what's it called? It's called Erica. The card's called Erica. Yeah, you hit him with Erica, and you kind of went from there. But I thought this was from the discard pile, and I really don't know why I thought it was from the discard pile. If it's not from the discard, then I don't know that I care. In which case, I just don't think we bother. Lostina, I'm looking for a card that I don't actually think exists. Yeah. Okay. That aside, let's go. Can I just reset all this? Okay. Yeah, so going back to like looking at the blocks list, I think we're just going to. I mean, really. Oh, this is playing the lure module. This is playing the lure module. Okay. Yeah. Well, Horn doesn't exist. I know Horn doesn't exist, unfortunately. I found that out last time. Obviously we're playing the Cave. The lure module is an interesting shout. Ooh, actually, you know what? There's another list I want to take a look at. That I just remembered. Let's go to Liverpool. Let's go to this list. This is a very unique block stack list from what I remember. Pokemon Catcher, Cremomatic, Crosshaver, yeah. So this obviously a lot of these cards have rotated, but I want to take a look at this because there's a couple things that interest me. Play Mantine? No, I don't listen to Swedish players or Swedish people in general. Yeah, so we got the counter catchers. So this was playing the egg incubator. Okay, that's why. Okay, cool. We don't have to look at that anymore. I got the information I was looking for. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to go and just throw things in here. Got the 4-penny and the 4 Misfortune Sisters. Let me take a sip real quick. At least for Pokemon, I mean, I'd say everything, but like that's probably just my Danish blood being a bit biased. I don't know. Just just part of being Danish. 4-penny? 4-penny for sure. No questions asked. No questions asked. Broken card in the deck. There we go. Me too. We're playing Airy. We're playing Team Yell. We're playing Team Yell, right? I feel like we're always playing Team Yell. Let me add to Airy. I think there's a number to put it in. But I want to drag it. That's funnier. Hold up. Can I just do this? Okay. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Silene, Iono, Giacomo. Do we even play a Giacomo? Do we care enough about Lugia to play Giacomo? Does Lugia even care if we play Giacomo? Do other decks care if we play Giacomo? Let's take a look at this. Lugia cares, and literally nothing else cares. Okay. Yeah, we're not playing Giacomo in this. Because, like, Lugia will just, like, manage their energies correctly, and the Giacomo, like, shouldn't ever be relevant, I don't think. Maybe we have the space. Maybe if we have the space. For now, though, we do play Silene, of course. Silene? I cannot spell. Hold up. Oh, it's because it's double. Bet. Cool. And then there's an Iono in this deck, and I can't really figure out if I like the Iono or not, but I think for now, let's play it. Then Giratina the Jet. Yeah, the Jet that they're definitely, that they're definitely going to put down when I have 3 Sinnohs in play, and they only have Sinnoh themselves. Oh, that's another reason, actually. Hold up. Quick shout. That's why Tina should be playing Vacuum. So you can vacuum Temporal Sinnoh, because you can't bump Sinnoh anyways. Or, like, in any other way, right? That's important. That's worth noting. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. This is a really good reason to play Vacuum. Yeah. They don't play only it? What does that mean? Alright. I'm gonna keep going here. Gear. Pokegear. That's an H, hold up. Ah. For those, I think 1 Artisan, 1 Temple, 1 Vacuum is correct. Artisan and Tina does not make any sense to me. I'm gonna be real. I think I'd rather play a second Vacuum. I just don't think you get enough with the Artisan. The only thing you're finding with Artisan is Comfy. Comfy, Sableye, and Cram. And you can find all those cards with Poffin, right? Yeah, one Temple, 1 Vac is where I'm at with Tina as well. And I think that's where it should be. For Counter Catcher, of course. 2 Pal Pad doesn't feel like a lot. I feel like I remember this deck playing more Pal Pads. We'll start with the deck. Heavy Ball, obviously. I'm not really that opposed to playing a single lure module, if I'm being honest. I think you can probably just, like, completely, like... okay, it's gimmicky, but, like, it might be gimmicky enough to work, you know? I'm also not sold on Rod. I want to take some inspiration here from other box decks lists real quick, instead of just looking at the one. Although this looks like the exact same 60. Hold up. Is it the same? I think this might be the same. Yeah, okay. Top 3 decks so far, in my opinion. Right now, it's hard to say, because we obviously haven't, like, most people haven't gotten the chance to play the format enough, but right now, I would probably say Lost Box, Lost Tina, and Colorless Lugia are my top 3. Not top 3 most popular decks, just best decks. But trust me, Zard will be the most played deck at EUIC. Whether that should be the case, that's a separate debate, but I think it will be the most played deck. Just put some in the deck build and change the lists. Hey, what can I say? Comfy go burr. Yeah, I know I can just go and like edit the deck like that, but I want to build it myself. I'm just looking around for inspiration primarily. Because Block Slacks in particular is a deck I'm just not that knowledgeable on. Okay. We're not playing Pidgeot. Oh, we need to play Pidgeot, right? We never added the Pidgeot. Hold up. Yeah, obviously need to play Pidgeot. If players not unboxing are to EUIC. Yeah, no, like, listen. Like, unless the way we're currently playing Zard completely changes before EUIC, Zard is going to be a really bad deck for EUIC. That is Twitter. I'm looking for this, right? I want to look at this list again. Hold up. Penny, triple. Oh, this one's okay. This one's triple Erica, triple Airy, two sisters. Interesting. Alright, let's gather a bit more information here. A bit more inspiration. Let's look at that. There's another one. Oh, there's a Blocks Max Mirror final here. Okay. Did the other one play Chi-Yu? The other one didn't play Chi-Yu. That's... Oh, no, it did play Chi-Yu. I'm just tripping. Okay. Another thing I'm curious about is, like, if any of these lists are also... what's it called? Are also, like, repeats. It's always worth noting to me. Mantine as well. Man, there's just no way the Mantine's worth it, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I think it just counts. That's, like, the difference here. But I'm thinking, like... I'm getting a good grasp on, like, where we are on this deck. Okay. So... Back to my own list here. Let's go Temple of Sinnoh. I'm gonna play 3 of. Then I like as a baseline, I like Triple Sisters, 2 Airy, 2 Erica. That seems pretty good to me. Without you don't need it, but I do think it's nice. So I do want to play the Lure. If we play the Lure, do we then play 3 Erica? Does that make sense? We could do, like, this, right? That doesn't seem bad. Do we then play 1 or 2 Lure? Do we want to play, like, are we feeling greedy enough to play 2 Lure? I low-key don't hate that. I low-key kind of don't hate double Lure. It'll catch people off guard. Granted, it's not like they're going to be controlling the top of their deck for the most part. Let's see here. Is Giacomo only for Lugia? Pretty much, yeah. I can't think of anything else that really cares about getting Giacomo, and a good Lugia player is not going to lose to Giacomo, right? The deck plays 17 energies. Like, you're pretty okay getting Giacomo. You have to be Giacomo a lot, but by then you should kind of just be winning. If they're using Giacomo instead of, like, Penny and like trying to, like, hunt down your fish, like, the win condition is just hunting the fish into play, right? Yeah. Arceus might find a bit annoying. Arc is probably a harder matchup. Like, you just need to find something to trap. But again, like, that's what the Giacomo or the Lure modules are for. But yeah, Arc actually might. I guess that's true, but they play so many basic energies that, like, as long as they get to Noble once, it's probably fine. Well, you just have to hit, like, a really fat Giacomo, though. Like, with hitting 3. I mean, it's not like you can't spam Giacomo as well, though. Let's leave it out for now, but mainly just because I want to try out double Lure module. And Erica. Actually, I had an idea. Well, this isn't my idea, but... What if we played this plus an emergency board? Right? Like, every time they knock something out, we basically to go look at their hand. That doesn't seem like that bad of a shout, right? It's Sander's idea? Okay, that checks out. I know I saw it on Twitter, but, like, it does not surprise me that it's Sander. Like, can we get away with this? But, like, surely at that point we don't play 2 Lure module, right? Also, let me add the 2 fires right away. I don't want to play the Psychics, but I think we're fine to play the Fire Energy. Obviously for the Chi-Yu. No shit, right? But, yeah, I kind of like the Zubat idea. And then we obviously play Triple Erica. And, like, we can already know... I'll play 1 Poffin. And no. Oh, guys, we can fight Mimikyu! Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I like this Zubat a lot. Like, we get the info on, like, whether or not, like, want to Iona them late game, whether or not we want to Erica, if we want to Airy. If they don't have anything, then we know it's a good turn to, like, Misfortune Sister, so... Maybe, yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that a lot. Okay, what else? Switch cards probably doesn't make sense. Force, let's get some tool cards in here. Let's get some tool cards going. Besides that, though, we should be just fine with one heavy ball, right? I can't imagine we'd need more. Yeah, one heavy seems completely fine. I think it's just Bravery Charms, right? Well, let's go Sealstone first, but... Sealstone... Charm... There's also the Vest, but I don't really know... Like, is there a good reason to be playing Vest over... over Charm at any point? This is free Charm, 1 Cape, 1 Big Cape. That seems reasonable. This plays 1 Vest, 2 Charm. Like, does Defiance Vest actually... Daisy Arc Phone? The fuck does Daisy do? Look at your face-down prize cards. On your deck, you may switch that card with one of your face-down prize cards. Nah, no, I'm not vibing with it. The old reason for rest was for cram. Okay, that makes sense. Well, that's a good point. I kind of forgot we don't have the Peony, not the Peony. Yeah, no, Peonia. That's what the card is called. Peonia anymore. In which case, I do kind of want everything to be 2 of. So 2, 2, 2. No, you don't need to be 2 of. Now we have 4 slots left. But we're playing one of that, right? We're probably fine with just 1 charm. No, not with just 2 charms, right? You can save so much space by doing what? You like 3 Palpad is the last. It's a 60 card. Oh, we have another card. Hold up, we have another card. My main issue with Daisy Arc Phone is that it's a 2-card combo to like look at your prize cards and get 1 card. Like you're getting 1 singular card, right? That does like you're dedicating dedicating a minimum of 2 deck spots, right? Which to get value, if either of them are prized, you don't get the value, right? You can Silene it. Well, isn't the Arc Phone like Heavy Ball? The top, you may switch that card with one of your face. Oh, it's the top card of your deck. Okay. But you also don't control the top card of your deck. And you're only, like, the thing is, you're, like, Peony gave you the ability to take 3 cards out of your prize cards, whereas Arc Phone gives you the ability to do 1. You're still using a supporter, and you have to play at least 2 of each, or you lose if either you can't do it if either of them get prized. So yes, you can look at it, but like you're gonna need more. So the 50-50 chance you got from the Peonia was typically fine. So I'm more inclined to say we just play high counts of cards instead. Skill issue, don't play it. Okay. I bet, bro. Yeah. So this is okay. Ignoring that talk for a second. I'm actually kind of okay with this list. I think the last card is like, I guess maybe another Iono. 1 cart. I'm not that high on cart. I'm gonna be real. I think the penny is just better. Unless you want to play a Turo. But I don't know that we do. I think the last card is either second Iono or 3rd Charm. Or we could play Psychic and we can attack with Mimikyu. Do we need to attack with Mimikyu though? I don't think we do. Any deck, like any matchup where we get to attack with Mimikyu, is a matchup where we should just be winning by like bird loop, right? Yeah, we have plenty of ways to retreat. I'm not too concerned about that. I want to have access to hand control, so I think we're gonna do it like this. Okay, cool. That's Bloxlax. Definitely a bit more of an alternative list, but I low-key kind of vibe with it. I think the Zubat's a cool concept. I'm not sold on the Zubat, but it's definitely something like I would test, and probably will test, honestly. Seems good in some mirror as well. Not that mirror is exactly a fun matchup for anyone to be playing, right? Yeah, okay, this seems fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go over everything we built so far, just like for people who missed it, and then people can like, what did you remove for all? I didn't remove anything. I just don't think I removed anything. Hold up. Oh, we're not playing a Rod in the Bloxlax list. Oh, we have Yell Cheer. Actually, no, I want the Rod to be the last card. Hold up. I want to play a Rod. Just a single Rod is fine. Because, like, if we prize Rod, we have Yell Cheer. Yeah, okay. Let's lock this. This seems fine. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I'm just going to go over, like, everything we made so far. Here's the current Lost Box list. I have a couple things I'm like a bit more skeptical on. Mainly the Hoopa. I'm not sold on Hoopa. I think the deck either plays Hoopa or Manaphy, and I kind of can't decide which one I prefer. But for now, we're playing the Hoopa, kind of seeing how I feel with it. Besides that, it's pretty typical Lost Box everything, right? Not really too much to comment on. I think most of the counts are pretty standard, right? I think Lost Box is just in a good spot, mainly because you have one of the best draw engines in the game. You have a good wide array of attackers. Anything you can't just beat up with hands. Yeah, anything you can't just beat up with hands is killed by Moon. The Raikou good. The Force Stone is obviously very good. 2 rocks, no Palpad, no Pokestop. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. Pokestop is like the greatest card ever printed. Can you tell I have a gambling addiction? No. Oh god. Yeah, so here's the Lost Box list. This one's just, it's standard. It's good, right? It's solid. Going into Tina. The Tina list is also pretty standard, pretty good, just basic. Although, upon more thought, I kind of do want to play 2 Temple. But I'm a bit scuffed out by obviously wanting to use my Jet Energy. Playing 2 Artisans because we need to find Pokemans. The Pokemon guys. Okay. Yeah, I like the Temple, but I don't know. Playing more than 1 Temple just feels really scuffed when you want to use Jet Energies. So, I can't really tell what my thought on it is. I think for now this is a good default list. It's pretty basic, it's pretty plain, but I think that's kind of just the best way to go with Tina. 2 Poffin's enough. 2 Poffin's definitely enough. Assume we're talking about Tina. If we're talking about Lost Box, then that is also true, but you also get to play the Artisan. Alright, moving on. Lugia Gino. Let's see here. So this list got a bit spicy. Not like super spicy, just a little bit. I think the Japanese list kind of forgot that Mew and Luxray exist. I'm not sold on the Luxray. Another thought was Radiant Charizard plus the what's it called? I'm forgetting what it's called. The card is called Luminous Energy. It's called Luminous Energy. Yeah, Zard plus Luminous Energy is a consideration. Mainly just because like both Luxray and Zard feel like worse one-price attackers, like, overall, than the Chinchino. But what's worth noting is that, they, what's it called? Actually, oh, wait, I just remembered something. Hold up. I just remembered that I want Zard as my response to, 2 prizers in Lost Box in the late game, in which case I do want to play the Radzard instead of the Luxray. The Luxray was mainly there because you can shock for it, which is cool, and then also it is it's good to mirror, right? But I have come to the conclusion, like literally this second, that I would rather play Zard because I think it's better into the Lost Box, which I think is currently out of the best decks. I think that's your worst matchup. Yeah, so we got the Zard and the Luminous energy. Luminous? There we go. Yeah. But yeah, that aside, a lot of Japanese lists have been playing Double Serena. I'm not too sold on Double Serena, if being honest, but I do think it's either 1 Jock, 1 Serena, or 2 Serena, 0 Jock, because I like free research, free I don't know too much. Mew is a card I'm convinced the Japanese players just forgot existed, because this card is really good in the deck. Obviously, it has so much just obvious synergy, right? That it feels like a waste not to play it. Though granted, you need Mew less than other decks need Mew because of gift energy, right? But it's a good shout against Tina primarily because not only is it a good attacker against Tina, but also if they try to go Temple Roxanne knockout, right? To play around the gift energy, you can you still have the Mew to like draw cards, and they can't block that with Path. So yeah. Oh, and Ditto's broken, but you know, yeah. This is where I am with Lugia for right now. Then going into Ancient Box. This is a bit more like a linear Ancient Box list. I have some other spice I'm testing, but that's not for the stream. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think I can show some of that madness to the public yet. But for now, though, I think this is a very, very good Ancient Box list. Only a couple cards off of what I have been playing and have been enjoying a lot. Very skeptical on the Great Tusk, but I do think it is worth trying. I think it deserves a chance. Vacuum is very good. Defiance Band is very good. Crydon is not amazing. However, it is just objectively better than Fluttermane. Same with the Slitherwing. If I can pronounce any of these names. The Slitherwing, very good into hands, very good into arc. Not like always great into arc, but like early game you can punch an arc V and knock it out earlier than you really should be able to otherwise. So yeah, this deck is very, very good. This deck is very well positioned as well. So finally, Bloxlax, which we just talked about, we just made. A bit of spice going on in this list, maybe a bit more spice than really necessary, but yeah, I like this sexy a lot. I think this way of playing the deck with the Zubat has a lot of potential, and I'm kind of excited to see like where I'm able to go with this. Although, trust me, I will not be playing Bloxlax to EUIC. I will just be trying to beat it. Yeah. So that aside, let's take a look at the tier list we made at the beginning of the stream. Actually, I'll put it on screen for those who weren't there for it earlier. This is the tier list. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like this is the perfect tier list, but this is like a rough estimate of where I feel like everything is. And we've kind of just been going in order. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a look at Arctina. Let's take a look at some Arctina. Also, wow, my throat is sore. You know what? Pause on that. Instead of going to Arctina, I'm going to take a quick break to fill up my water, because if I don't fill up my water, I will not be able to feel my throat by the end of the stream, and I need to be able to do that. So, chat, will be right back. Give me 5 minutes. I promise I will not be going hunting for a cat this time, okay? So I'll actually be back in about 2 to 5 minutes, so stay tuned. Alright, chat, we're back. How we doing? Yeah. Sorry to refill on the water there. That aside, let's start with some Arceus Giratina. Let's start, but get into some Arctina. Yeah, I think Arctina is very well positioned, personally. Oh, that's a folder, hold up. The deck here. Deck. Cool. Arceus Giratina. Cool. Yeah, I think Arctina is very well positioned. I think the deck's very good right now. Which is weird, right? Because Arctina is always the Judge Path deck, and now Path is rotated, and somehow that's making the deck good. So, yeah, definitely weird how that happened, but nonetheless, it has happened. And Arctina is a real deck now. So, yeah. So I'm going to start with this. Oh, and a bib line. So what I actually want to do for Arctina is I want to build two different decks, right? I want to build two different decks for it. One that is more traditional, like more normal Arctina, and then I want to build a bit more spicy, right? Which is Arctina, but it's really just Arc Pidgeot at the end of the day. There's been a lot of Arc Pidgeot kind of popping off in Japan, and I think it's worth acknowledging because Pidgeot, I was talking to Emma Hagen, not my roommate anymore, unfortunately. Actually, fortunately, holy shit, good riddance. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Emma Hagen, good player, known for playing Control primarily. I've been talking a lot about how she thinks that Pidgeot EX is just the best card in the game right now, and I'm kind of inclined to agree with her. So I think Arctina and just Arc Pidgeot as like a concept could work really well. And you could just play a 1/1 Tina if you want to, right? So, yeah, no path. Yep, we got no path. No path anymore. So yeah, we're gonna give Arctina a shot here, so we can see if we can conjure up some spice. But for now, I want to make like a kind of like a basic list, and to do that, I'm gonna need some inspiration. There's an Arc Pidgeot list. There's just no winning Arctina lists. So that would be very interesting. No, there's one right here. Okay. This is exactly what I thought it was. Okay. The 4 Arc V probably doesn't make much sense in best of 3, but yeah. Arc Pidgeot's fire. Yeah. Listen, I think a lot of people have something Arc Pidgeot cooking up. I think Arc Pidgeot's really well positioned, in my opinion. I'm a big fan. We'll see if it's able to like close the deal, but I think for now it's kind of like worthy of the hype. So let's take a look at some more Arctina lists. I'll just mirror here, perfect. This one plays Tomb. I'm assuming this could only be for Rotom, which isn't a bad shout. Well, that's not a bad. That's not a way like a bad way of beating Boxlax. I kind of don't hate that. I've been seeing Airy in a couple of lists for Arctina, and it's a bit odd to me, I'm not gonna lie. Double Locity again. Is Double Locity just the norm in this? What are we playing? What are we trying to Locity away? What am I missing here? What are we getting rid of with Locity? Is it like Koopa? Moon? Oh, it's probably Moon. Interesting. A lot of lists playing Airy as well. I guess like you have like the leeway to play Airy. Dino Box? What, to stop them from using like Slitherwing multiple times? I guess. I'm not really sure that I'm too inclined to worry about that. Let's take a look at one more list. Let's find one more list, and I think I have a pretty good picture in my head on how I want to build this. Well, this plays Ditto. Okay. This will play. Oh, this is a very different list. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, that one's so different. I just want to like find another one. Arc Pidgeot. Let's find. Here's another Arctina. Let's see what we got here. We've got. Yep, another basic list. Places Sharon's. Only one lost city. Capturing Aroma. Okay. Alright, I think I gotta... Could we get into Chien-Pao? Probably. I think you just, like, boss spam Chien-Pao anyway. Like, unless they, like, start, like, if they leave a, Well, no, that's Chien-Pao. You have the belt now. You have the belt, so you can just, like, race them 2-2-2. If you go first, you just race them. I'm still, like, not bad into Chien-Pao. Oh, wait, you could... Ooh. They probably only play 2 Chien-Paos, right? Well, I know, like, some lists only play 2 Chien-Paos. In which case, you could go Lost City to 2 Chien-Paos. Just say, fuck the Baxcaliburs. That's not a terrible idea. Now, granted, they can go, like, hand, spit, barrel, but, How do I spell Squovit? Squovit? Rat? Chat, I don't know how to play Squovit. I don't know how to spell Squovit. SKW? Alright, bad dude. Oh. Oh, why did that... Hold up. What did I click? Now it's laid out like this. Which is not what I wanted. Anyone have more experience with this than me with this? Know how I stack my cards on top of each other again? Oh, on the stacked cards button. Good job, Christian. Oh god. Yeah, we got the leaves here for the Zard matchup. Leaves is just like a pretty good card in general, but I feel like leaves should be cut from like at least a couple different lists just because like Zard's just not that good. I'm gonna be real. I'm a Zard hater. Never have I ever not been a Zard hater, but still. Yeah. Okay. 3 Ionos, 3 Judge seems pretty reasonable to me. Both have their pros and cons at different points in the game, so I'm a pretty big fan of that. A single copy of Airy has been played in a lot of lists, and I'm not sure I completely understand why, but I also, like, don't dislike it, right? It kind of feels like a card that, like, you just can get, like, you can just like use, right? Like you have nothing else you need to use. Like if your opponent's not doing anything and like you don't want to hand disrupt, like you don't want to judge a hand when your opponent did nothing, like you can just airy them. Like see if they're bluffing, like see what they're doing shit, like so yeah, the airy seems good. Although I'm not like finding like a particular use case for it, I guess. So yeah. Besides that, let's go boss. Do we want to play one research? And do we want to play Sharon? I'm kind of inclined to kind of like try to have this deck play a bit more aggressively. So I think I'm gonna stick... Actually, no, let's play the Turo. Fuck it. In which case I'm gonna swap this out for a Sada Research. Okay. Yeah, this seems good to me. Give me Ultra Balls. Give me Nest Balls. Give me... What else? What else can we play? Let's take a look at this list again. That's proxies. I don't have a printer. I could not print those proxies if I wanted to. Capturing Aroma. There's just no way we're playing Capturing Aroma, right? Surely not. Surely we're not playing Capturing Aroma. Hold up. There was a more standard list earlier. I want to look at that. Where was it? Arctina. Arctina. Where are you? We just had lists. Hello? Did they just vanish? This one here. Was this the crazy one? This one plays Ditto. Yeah, this is the crazy one. Where was the normal Arctina lists? Wait, they're on page 1? Oh, they are on page 1. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Let's go with... Ooh, this one's on... No, wait, this isn't normal. Well, it's kind of normal. Thoughts on 4-4 Arc? I don't know. I have a hard time seeing why it's necessary. Like, in best of 1, sure, but, like, we're not playing best of 1. So, yeah. I'm kind of inclined to just say it's bad, but... Like, it's not, like, bad, it's just... You could probably play better cards. Alright, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Yeah. One Aroma. There's just no way Aroma's correct, though, right? They feel so scuffed. Surely. Alright, for now, let's add a switch. Let's add a vacuum. Let's add a counter catcher. No Judge is crazy? Yeah, we're playing Judge. Aroma's bait? That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Like, I understand we want to play more Ball Search, but like there's just no way Aroma's the answer. Okay, to be fair, if we're not playing Aroma, do we then play 4 Arc V or Arc V Star? That actually seems like a fine trade-off to me. Yeah, it struggles to get like Pokemon into play, but like there's just no way coin flips are the There's just no way like coin flips are. Oh, this is Nah, this is fine. We'd like how we would change this deck. We would just cut the Iono on the research, like 1 Iono, 1 research for 2 Judge. Call it a day. Like there's no such thing as a normal Japanese deck list, but you know. Like what we have to understand about like Japanese lists is that they're built for a much more volatile game where it's best of 1. You're playing the entire pretty much the entire event in a single day, right? You almost can't lose a single set. I think you can lose like 2 at most in best of 1, which is just insane. So decks are just built to either be like extremely linear and consistent or very, very aggressive and greedy, right? Because you can't do in between. 3-3-3? Yeah, I think 3-3-3 sounds good for like supporters. That's kind of where I'm at. Rod, there's just no way we're playing Rod. Oh, there's Radiant Gardevoir. Do we want to play Radiant Gardevoir? I kind of vibe with Radiant Guardy. Because there's nothing to turn it off, so you're immediately always surviving Tina. I think Radiant Guardy makes a lot of sense in this deck. At least for as long as Tina's like good, which is now. Tina is good. So, yeah. I'm thinking we just go Belt, City, Energies, call it a day, right? Yeah, that is X. Hello. It seems pretty good to me. Like what? 5 Grass, 3 Psychic. Obviously we're playing 4 DTE. We have 3 more slots. How many energy are we playing? That's 12. And play Jet. Play a Mist. And then I don't know what I want to play for the last card. Alright, what do we else... Or what the fuck is chat talking about? Rad Guardly, sadly is really good. What does it read? Protect V. Oh, it says minus... Like, all of your Vs... No, all of your Pokemon take minus 20 damage from Vs. So that means that both Tina and Arc both survive Tina hits. Choice Belts? Maybe. Relicanth? Absolutely not. If you need to shred, just attack with the Tina V, dude. Just attack with the Tina V, okay? We're not playing Relicanth. Belt for opposing V-Guard and Red Guardy. That makes sense, yeah. I also, dude, I thought until yesterday that this card said Vs and EXs, not just EXs. I found that out yesterday. So yeah, the belt seems like a fine shout. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I'm kind of sketched out by the Airy, and I'm not sure the Turo is necessary. But like we have the space to try out ideas, so I think we might as well, right? You lose to stall immediately? Probably. You probably just lose to stall. But I don't think there's a depends on how early they gust you. Because what are we looking at? We're looking at Turo, Switch, Jets. That's not enough. Relicanth does not make you beat stall. Relicanth does not make you beat stall. Does Arctina lose to stall? It's weird. Like, the thing is, there's nothing for them to trap as long as you play your cards correctly. Or you just don't start shit. Oh, we have Squovit. That's true. No, they play Chi-Yu. But if they have to Chi-Yu, then we can retreat. And we have 3 switching outs. Relicanth is not. Listen, Relicanth does not do anything. You literally, like, I know you want to use this attack, but get this, you don't have to evolve your Tina. No one's forcing you. No one's forcing you to evolve your Tina. Blocksack loses if they try to treat Chi-Yu. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting to, right? So, like, you have Squovit, which means you never deck out. Yeah, you have Squovit, so you never deck out. If they Chi-Yu, you have a Switch, you have a Switch, a Turo, and a Jet. I feel like that's enough, right? Like, surely that's enough. Ask my opponent, put down Squovit, I'm ready to ID. Yeah, I don't think the opponent's ready to ID. Oh, we also have, like, I guess, like, Airy doesn't do that much, right? I feel like, okay, I like this list for now. I think this list should have a chance against stall at the bare minimum. Plus, if we're feeling, like, really spicy, we can, like, actually, hold up. Quick shout. What if on turn 2, going first, we go set up Arc, Belt, Lost City, boss the Rotom, kill the Rotom. If they don't immediately slam Charm onto it. And if they slam Charm, we still have Vacuum. We could kill Rotom. Doesn't have to be on turn 2, but like the earlier the better. We go kill Rotom, then the next turn we judge. That seems pretty good. 4 on 2 judge? Hell no. Fat chance. Yeah, okay. This is where we are with Arctina. Done. I like this list. I'm still not sold on Leaves, but that's just because I'm a Zard hater, so, you know. Yeah. Moving on. Let's talk about Arceus Pidgeot. Because this deck seems really, really cool to me. It's not? No, it's like this, right? Yeah, there we go. And give me Pidgey. That is not how you spell Pidgey. Hello. It's like this, right? No. Pidgey. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have dyslexia. That wasn't like blatantly obvious. Pidgey. It's okay. I thought I had that. Never mind. Here we go. Okay. The fuck is chat going on off about? Arc Pidgeot? Hell yeah. Okay. Probably 3-2. Oh, do we hold up? Pause. I'm gonna save that real quick. I just remembered something about the Tina lists. Oh, we did play the 4. Okay, good, cool. All right, back to this. Okay, so let's go inspiration hunting again. There were a couple of lists that were winning. There was one I looked at earlier today that I was a pretty big fan of. Because it played a 1-1 Tina, which I think makes a lot of sense. I think that makes a lot of sense in the deck. Oh yeah, here we go. So this list has a bunch of finishes already, which is a good sign. So let's use this as like a primary example here. The Arc decks all just lose to Lugia, which is a bit sad. Do they though? Do they really just lose to Lugia on the spot? Like, what makes them lose this? Like, I mean, I get it. There's like there's the Chinchino, but is Chinchino enough? Well, I guess no. Hold up. No, wait. It's definitely enough because like if you're able to Chinchino twice, then you just win the game from there. Like, yeah, never mind. Yeah, Chinchino's plenty. Okay. All right. Anyway, here's the list. This list has been what's it called? This list has been very, 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 very popular, or not like very, very popular, but like very successful in Japan. Because like typically like people who play City Leagues aren't playing the same, aren't ever playing the same 60, but like this is an exception. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna open this one in the builder because this is just the template, right? If I share this and go to my decks, okay, it's still saved. Do I have an account? Oh, it's just my, yeah, perfect. Okay. So let's do, oh, Arceus Pidgeot. Okay. Yeah, so this is like, this is the default list. Play special energy to defend the Pokemon list. You can't do that anymore, yeah. This should lose the stall. So, I was talking with some friends, right? And we kind of had this idea that, like, what if you played a Pidgeot line and a thin 1/1 barrel? Right? Kind of take some inspiration from Tord deck. You could then also play the Squobit. That's an idea I personally don't hate. Also, random shout. I'm looking at this deck, and I immediately spot a couple things I want to change. First and foremost, get this Heavy Ball and this Capturing Room out of my deck. Then, I want to play 2 Share and Scare. And then I want to play... I'm not sold on this Roxanne. Turo over Sharon will help the stall. Is that enough to beat stall, though? You have 1 switch, 1 Turo. I feel like that's just never enough, right? How likely is stall matchup through those other things, even those good? Yeah, that's a good point. Well, so okay, I like to propose another idea to just auto beat stall, not auto beat stall, but like almost auto beat stall. Done. You beat stall. Turn 1, slam 2 into play. They never get to Rotom. GG. You judge them. Judge Rotom. Fuck you. Like, I feel like that's just plenty. I feel like we just beat stall now. Surely, right? Do we not just beat stall? We're still playing. Okay, we're only playing the 1 switch. But like the thing is, like, as long as we don't start like. Well, we have the tomb in play. They can block the tomb. No, they can't block the tomb because we can fade out. We can fade out the tomb. Yeah, we can just fade out the tomb. So what can't we start? Everything in this deck can attack, even the Gardevoir. Not that it's attacking for a lot, but like, if they're not like the thing is, if they're not drawing cards, they're not finding pennies. So even if they manage to trap a Radiant Gardevoir, like because we start it or they Erica it or whatever. Like, that shit just doesn't matter. Because they can't draw cards. Yeah. Oh, this is 6... Oh, okay, hold the hell. Hold the fuck up. Give me a jet in here. I'm not playing 6 grass energies. Trapping Guardian with Defiance versus Pain. Okay, yeah, but then they have to have all of those cards. They have to have all of those cards on, like, turn 2, pretty much. Alternatively... we can play a 1/1 split, and this should be fine. I'm also, like, not feeling the Roxanne at all. I'm gonna be real. I'm not feeling the Roxanne, chat. I'm kind of thinking Judge. Maybe 4 Iono. We played the 3-3-3 in the other list. I think we'll just play 3-3-3 here as well. That just seems like the best way to go about it. Yeah, Roxanne seems mid in the deck. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Like, I don't, like, dislike it, but we're playing 3 Iono, right? I feel like that should just be fine. Yeah, I like this. This seems good. Kind of just, like, copied the deck, made a couple changes, but, like, this is probably just how I'd play Arceus Pidgeot. Like, there's other things you can do with Arc Pidgeot. You can cut the Tinas and the leaves, and then you can try to do, like... you do like some weird shenanigans where you also cut the Radiant Gardevoir, and then you play like Penny, and you play not Penny, you play a Poppy, and you play Radiant Greninja, and you like Moonlight Shark and shit. But I'm gonna be real, I think this is just better. I like the 1/1 Tina as like an option, but just Arc Pidgeot in general just seems really really good. You kind of just get to do whatever the hell you want. So yeah, I'm vibing with this. I think this seems pretty good. Then I'll just delete this. Okay. So far, so good. Plenty of decks built here. Let's take a look at the tier list again. What's next on our radar? Turbo Hands. Sure, that is a folder. We're not making a folder. Poppy Ninja's bad now. I tried it. Kind of cool with Mew EX, though. Okay, that's fair. And Poppy Ninja was never, like, amazing, but it was really funny, right? So... That's kind of the main point, right? 3 of those. Crown. 4 crown. What are we on? Tomb Ride, right? And then I know there's some people playing the Iron Boulder, but like, is the Iron Boulder ever worth it? I don't think it is, right? I kind of just don't think Iron Boulder is ever worth. If I'm being honest. Should probably read the card again, actually. I cannot. Oh, there we go. Okay. Drink Post next turn. I'm gonna guess like you have like. Do that with 160. What matchup would we use for this though? I don't see it. Okay, so from here, that's where the deck gets interesting. So let's get some research going. How common Arceus is? Oh, Arceus is a good point. Yeah. I guess it's for Arc. Yeah. Is that enough? Like, I don't... Do we care? I don't think we care. I'm being real. Yeah. Iron Hands, yeah. I will leave it out for now, but we might come back to it. I need to remember what these lists look like, because I'm gonna be real, it's all just, like, a blur in my head. We definitely want to play Bundle. 100%. This is the wrong one. Hello? There we go. Iron Bundle. I should probably spell out Bundle. Yeah, Bundle for sure. Expected more of a Japanese meta thing. That makes sense, yeah. I could agree with that. Alright, this is Iono. Okay, I'm not playing for Iono. But besides that, Boss Gen... Okay. Surely we can play better stadiums than Town Store, right? I feel like we could definitely play better stadiums than Town Store. Definitely playing Arvin, though. I've been playing a couple Boss. Definitely playing... I want to play 1 Iona, 1 Judge. Actually... No, that's fine, that's fine. Let's try that. 2 Iono might be better, but for now I'm going to play this. 240 as well, yeah. I mean, like, the Boulder's not bad. I just feel like there's better cards to play. It's kind of like the thought process. Do we want to play Town Store? Is there any, like, better stadium card for this deck? That's Town Store as well. That's just, like, actual future box, right? Yes, but no. Oh, I want to play Mew. That's another card I want to play. I think Mew is really good in this deck. Here we go. And then... what are we looking at here? Counter Catcher. I like the Counter Catcher. If they, like, knock out your Miraidon, you can Arlen for it. Although I don't know that we're ever playing more than one. Oh, this is just straight up Miraidon. Okay, hello. You don't exist anymore. Get out. Get out. Let's see what we got here. No stadiums in this one. We can also just not play stadiums. Like, we're not forced to play stadiums. What the fuck is an Electivire? Hello? Yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about it. What about here? Alright, I think I have a good idea of how I want this to look. We'll do here, and we'll do, like, Techno Radar, right? Tech. There we go. Generator. Nest Ball. Give me 2 of those. Give me Pokegear. Give me 2 of those. Give me a Vacuum. Give me a Counter Catcher. You'll, like, add the energies right now, just, like, to have a better idea of, like, how much space we're actually working with, because we're going to play... I'm kind of feeling 13... No, 13... 3 gifts? Yeah. And then... what else? I know I'm forgetting something. There's a Rod. I want to play Rod. I want to play Prime Catcher. Okay, hold up. And then 2 cards. So we're playing Booster. Alright, I can already say we need to cut 1 card. And then the Heavy Baton. Cool. We're at 61. I'm just gonna cut the Iono, right? That seems fine. Yeah, this seems pretty good. What do we think in chat? I'm thinking this looks pretty solid, honestly. Like, my opinion on Miraidon is, like, not Miraidon, what? Turbo Hands. It's still kind of like the deck is very linear. But I think it's just the type of deck where you need to play into that linearity, or you're not getting anywhere. So, yeah, I'm pretty inclined to just say fuck it, like send it. This seems good. Let's save it and let's move on to. So we've kind of like already. Yeah, I made a post rotation tier lists. This is the tier list right now. It's very scuffed. Very like. I'm not entirely confident in everything, okay? But this is where I'd put stuff right now. You can hear like my thought process on every deck when the VOD's up, probably sometime tomorrow. But otherwise, I'll probably make a Twitter post later where I like talk about it briefly. TLDR though, Lost Zone good, Zard mid, Chien-Pao mid. Yeah. Block Stack's good, Dino Box good, right? I guess like the real main thing is that I think the best attribute a deck can have in post rotation is two things, right? One, a good way, like a good solid consistent draw engine, and two, the ability to abuse one prizers, right? The Lost Zone engine does that the best, therefore the Lost Zone engine is the best engine in the game, therefore I think it's S tier, right? But like Lugia, Dinobox, and Bloxlax all kind of do that, just in like different ways. And then we have like other just really good decks, namely Giratina, Turbo Hands, Gholdengo, Zard Pidgeot, Chien-Pao, and then everything else is just kind of meh. But I'm kind of like, Dialga I think is weird. I kind of want to move up. Goodra I think it's weird. I kind of want to move up. Everything else probably just wouldn't touch. So yeah, okay. Moving on, I need to take a look at the tier list. So we're looking at Gholdengo now. We've kind of already covered like all the decks that like I feel like I confidently know that much about. So this is gonna get interesting. What does this do? I think we're just playing this, right? I'm kind of inclined to say we just go with that. Yeah. Alright, what else we got? Palkia line. I kind of like 2-2 Palk, honestly. I like 2-2 Palk. Now we don't have to worry about path. I think the deck has a lot more space to work with. Greninja. What else did this deck ever play? Now that I think about it. Like, what did this deck play? Manaphy, that's probably not a terrible idea. This let's play Cynthia, okay. I just don't think the deck changes that much. In which case, I'll cut the Manaphy from now, but I think we just go Irida. Play a solid 4 of those. I really like the Cryptomaniac. Or what is it like? It's like Deciphering. Decipher? No? What the fuck is this card called? Hold up. Cyber Judge? Oh wait, that's a set. I was about to say. I was like, I got very confused for a second. That is not what that card is called. Oh, there's an H. Doing great, Christian. Keep it up. Oh god. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to play Work anymore. Although I do want to play cards like Add to our hand, though. In which case, Cynthia's Ambition kind of isn't a bad shout, actually. I'm really not like that opposed to the Cynthia's Ambition, actually. This plays Reverum, okay. I guess Reverum isn't like a terrible like Roxanne proofer. Definitely playing Morty. Definitely playing Morty. Why play Judge when you can play Cyber Judge? True. True. Shit. I like Morty in this, actually. Yeah, this is weird. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what supporters actually make sense to play in this deck. Because, like, I feel like shuffling our hand into the deck feels bad, right? Like, do we agree on that? It's like, that seems bad. Like, I think One Roxanne is probably a pretty good shout. But... Honestly, I'm thinking we'd go, like, second Morty. 2 boss. And we just, like, call it a day on the supporters. Right? Yeah. Was it this list that was... Yeah, this is a normal list. Okay. Or normal-ish. So that aside, we're gonna play Buddy Poffin. Probably just 3. Then we're gonna play Nest Ball. Nest Ball. Nest Ball at a 4 count. Energy Retrieval. Superior Energy Retrieval. Okay. There we go. 4 of these. Earthen Vessel, of course. 3 Vessel seems fine. Ultra. Retrieval. Prime Catcher. Is Prime Catcher our best bet here? I think Prime Catcher is probably our best bet, right? Why are we playing Palkia? I don't know. Palk good, right? Basically, the Palk in Gholdengo is weird, right? Because the general idea is that you have the space, right? But then also it's a good early game attacker that you can use while you set up your Gholdengos, right? If you when you attack with the Gholdengo early, what happens is they knock out your Gholdengo, and then they're taking a piece of your draw engine off the board, right? And you want to prevent that for as long as possible. Palkia being your first initial attacker to start hitting into, say, 1-prizers, or maybe like basic 2-prizers, is very, very good, right? Plus, it lets you abuse Greninja, which is like a nice bonus for those who aren't playing the Manaphy. So yeah, I like the Palkia a lot. Although I'm unsure of if we're playing 2-2. I'm definitely unsure of that. Yeah, it's a consistency attacker. That's a good way of putting it. Right? Like, if the Gholdengo isn't in the active, it gets to draw cards and not die. And then once you have to actually, like, one-shot stuff, you just bonk, right? Yeah, you can turn 2 Palk, no problem. Turn 2 Palk should be pretty easy. Okay. Let's go back to this. I'm thinking we go Ultra Ball. Heard that card's pretty good. Not 4, though. Let's just do 3. Palpad doesn't sound like too bad of a shout. Same with Prime Catcher. And frankly, we might be able to get away with canceling Clone as a 1-of here. I think we might be able to get away with that. Postrone Dun is better to Dunsparce? No, right? Why? How's that better? Prime Catcher. I like the 1 energy retrieval. Retrieval? Oh god, I cannot spell for shit. Canceling Cologne, Heavy Ball. Heavy Ball has always like been a weird card in this deck, but I kind of vibe with it, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of the same reason like Guardy played Heavy Ball for a bit, you know? Rod, Pokestop, Energies. How are we on deck space? Yeah. And then it's free. Yeah, but not really, because once you play it down, you don't have that effect, which means it's a lot worse in Twayano. That's the main issue, right? It's a lot worse than Twayano. And it's also just a lot of space. I'm not big on the Dunsparce as a card. I'm gonna be real. 2/2 line of the Dunsparce? No way. Also, like, once you use it, the Dunsparce is just stuck on your board. I am not high on it. Let's play the Rod. If we play Rod, we probably don't play 2/2 Palk, right? Because I really want to play 4 Pokestop, if I'm being honest. Oh, it shuffles into deck? Okay, that's a fair bit better then. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be real. I don't see the value. Oh, you don't have to use it instantly? Okay, hold up. Let me read this card. Let me read this card. Done. Here we go. Let's see. Once during your turn, you may draw 3 cards, then shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached into your deck. Okay. Okay, and done. Normal Dunsparce. I'm being told there's a free retreat Dunsparce. That's not bad. What is this? School for real, dude. Pokemon players can't read. If we're playing this, we're playing for Poffin. I just don't know that we're playing this. The thing is, playing this means we're not playing Palkia, right? And I think Palkia as a card is just really good. Like, okay, here's the thought process. I don't think Dunsparce is bad, but I'm not convinced it's necessary, right? Why? How are we playing both? How are we finding space? How are we finding space for a 2-2 line? Not only space like in the deck, but also like on the bench. We still want to put 3 to 4 Gholdengos in play, and a Greninja, right? Like, okay, so like my thought process on the Dunsparce is that it's just not like it's a good card, and it probably makes a lot of sense in the deck, but I don't really see why it's necessary to play. Like you're drawing cards, that's great, but like you're not struggling to draw cards with Gholdengo, right? Like that's not the issue here. That's not the problem, and yeah, I just don't know that's necessary. I mean, like maybe you could like. You could play it, and then it's like, The more I think about it, the more I just find it unnecessary, right? Like the only like real time I can really see this card being worth it is when we're getting Iono to Roxanne in a late game. But if you're playing the Palkia, especially if you're playing 2-2 Palkia, into the matchups that will try to do that, you're probably just not that worried about it anyway because you have a board full of Gholdengos, right? 3 Gimme, Ninja, Palk, Duns. There's only 1 Dunsparce, which I guess is fine. I don't know. For now, like listen, I'm gonna be real. I don't think Gholdengo is like the greatest deck in the format by any means. I don't think this deck is about to. I don't think this deck is winning any tournaments. But if for whatever reason I am coming back to Gholdengo at some point, I might have to reconsider the Dunsparce. For now, though, I'm gonna stick with the 2-2 Palk. Is kind of gonna be the line here. I want to play 4 of those. I'm not gonna have the space. It is bricky for some reason. That's because you're playing evolution lines. Hopefully the 4 Iridas should fix that. I can tell you the reason. The reason is you're playing evolution Pokemon without good draw. Manaphy always seems necessary. Yeah, but what are we getting? Like, the thing is, what are we getting early Ninja to buy? Chien-Pao and nothing else, right? So it'd just be for the Chien-Pao matchup. Which I guess, like, without cross-switchers, like, Chien-Pao will still prime catcher you, but yeah. Lost Box is not about to ninja you on turn 1 consistently. Neither is Tina. For them to do it, they have to go first, right? They have to go first or you evolve shit. So, other Gholdengos? Maybe. Like, the Lost Zone decks aren't gonna do it, and Chien-Pao and Gholdengo are just not decks I'm really that concerned about. I'm gonna play 11 energy, right? Like, I'm not saying Lost Box can't, I'm saying statistically speaking it won't, right? There's a difference there. Because I'm trying, so basically, like, my thought process with Gholdengo in general is that what makes this deck good right now is the ability to be aggressive and hit big numbers early, right? Without having to rely on external forces like Baxcalibur. And that's what I want to abuse. I know it's 61 cards. We're trying to abuse the big numbers here, right? So I'm thinking, looking at this, I'm not cutting an Irida. Not happening. I want my deck to work. Lost Tina, aren't you the guy who just said you don't know why the deck is bricking? I think you just answered your own question. Yeah, so I'm thinking, okay, here's the line. Here's the line. We're gonna go. Do I want to cut the rocks? We could just do 2 Pokestop. But I really want to play multiple. I want to play more. Irida finds the single most important card in your deck. That's all it needs to do. It doesn't have to do anything else. If you can draw into one of these naturally and play an Iona for the other one, that's it. That's fine. Also Vessel. And it gives you, going second, it gives you a much better setup because you can go more consistently Irida into Poffin. I refuse to play this deck without 4 Irida. Bro, I better not be using Codebreaker on turn 1. If I'm using Codebreaker on turn 1, I'm packing up my cards. Okay. Yeah, cutting the Pokestop feels mid. I want to play 4, but I'm not. Unless we did. Can we get away with this? I kind of don't hate this. Just saying, fuck it. 2 bosses pretty mid? No, it's not. There's too many. Like all the best decks in the format are the decks that abuse one prize the best, right? For Gholdengo to keep up, you need to be able to either harass their 2 prizers, get them off the bench consistently, or you need to be able to do stuff like Prime Catcher, Can Cyclone, right? Play Counter Catcher? Why? Do we want to play Counter Catcher in this deck? I don't know that we do. I don't know why we'd be playing Counter Catcher, I'm gonna be real. I have no idea how many energy the deck used to play. We could check. Yellow played 10. We could play 10. We could probably play 10, right? I like the Morty. The reason I like the Morty is because I don't want to play draw supporters that shuffle the hand into the deck. And also everything fills its bench. So trust me, Morty will be just fine. The thing is, these are all rough lists, right? Like we're not in the process of building a list that's gonna win that's gonna win EYC, right? No one has enough testing right now to have a list that refined. Okay, like we're too early in the format. Yeah, I think for now, I guess if we're playing the Palpad, we don't need the 2 boss. We're also kind of fucked if the boss is prized. I got a 1/1 Palk. So I'm kind of thinking. Go here. We go here, here. I get to play my 2 Pokestop, and I get to play my 4 Pokestop, and I get to play the 2/2 Palk. This seems fine, right? Exactly, yeah. See, Sodakin gets it. Fuck, I just agreed with a Swedish person. The government's gonna come after me. The Danish government is coming after me. Do we even want to play for Nest Ball? No, we do. We do. We definitely do. Yeah, I think I like this list, actually. It's nothing too fancy, but I think Hyper Aggression is just how you have to build Gholdengo. And I think this does Hyper Aggression. So, I'm chill with it. I like the Palpad, I like the Rod. You kind of, like, prevent yourself from getting too punished by the high quantity of stop. So, yeah, this is good. Gholdengo, Palkia. Fucking send it. Alright, what's next on the hit list? Zard. Fuck, I have to build a Zard deck. Alright. Charmander. Give me 2 of these. No, give me 3 of these and 1 of these, right? Yeah. Give me that. No. There we go. And give me 3 of these. So, how are we building Zard right now? I feel like as Zard, the most important thing you can do is kind of lean into the idea of your late game, right? I think we're just playing for the late game. This is a double Rotom list. And what's with all the miscellaneous Aries in Japanese lists? That's a max belt. I think max belt is probably the best ace spec for Zard, if I'm being honest. There's another miscellaneous Airy. Is double Rotom just the norm now? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Oh, this is 3 Heat Tackle. Wait, why is that 3 Heat Tackle? There's no way that's correct, right? This is 4 Heat Tackle. The fuck are they cooking in Japan? I mean, I know their food is great, but like... Why are we... Oh, no. I was about to say, like, we don't need, like, the one that discards a stadium anymore. Because we don't, like, there's no path, but... Surely we want to play what has 70 HP, right? I feel like 60 HP Charmander just gets us, like, fucked by Lost Box. Right? Why are we playing this Charmander? Interesting. Alright, well for now, I guess I'll do like... Do... This one? Oh, I can't add it, hold up. I mean, if Blazing Destruction is bad, then we're playing Ember. I want to have 70 HP. I feel like that just makes the most sense. I don't know what we're heat tackling. Let's do 2-2 for now. And then we'll do 2-2 bird. Yeah, it's a 70, so that's fine. And then I'm not super sold on the idea of playing 2 Rotom. So I'll play the fish instead. And then what else? Manaphy Jirachi, of course. All reliable. Here we go. Okay. Don't. It sucks. What sucks? I mean, listen, this whole deck sucks, but like, trying to make it best of it here. Do more like 4 of anything. I'm not like super opposed to 3-3 Arvin Iono split. Although what I am kind of thinking I want to do is I want to go. Oh, let's grab this Zard list, I guess. 4 Arvin, okay. And then let's grab. Actually, let's try. I think it was Charlotte. Yeah, here we go. 4 Arvin for you. Okay, so 4 Arvin is just the norm, right? And I really don't know why it would stop being the norm. I guess like you don't have VIP, but you still have Steelstone, so yeah. 3 of these. Let's go back to some City League lists. 2 boss. Surely we want to play more than 2 boss. I like Roxanne a lot in the deck. And then let's just go into the items. I really don't know what we need miscellaneous Airy for. Like, if it just turns out that Airy's like a broken ass card and like every deck should play it, then we'll just slot Airy back into every deck. But for now, until there's like a specific use case I need to know something about, then I'm thinking we just cut it. 4 Ultra, 3 Nest, free Buddy Poffin seems pretty reasonable to me. We're going to be able to fill our board reliably. Namely, if you have Arven and Poffin in hand, you can Arven for Nest Ball, get the Rotom, vibe from there. Right? Double Rod is probably fine, right? We're playing Double Rod. I think for now, I want to play 1 Rod, 7 Fire. I'm going to put him in now. And then Mist. Because you want to at least force the Tinas to play the Temple, right? Double Counter Catcher seems... No, we're not doing double counter. We are playing Vacuum, though. And we are playing... Palpad for sure. 4 Steelstone, of course. Oh, there's not supposed to be Nest there. And then I want to play both belts. I want to play the EX belt. I want to play the other belts, the choice belts, the max belt and the choice belt. Also, let me like reorganize this real quick. 2 cards left. Okay, perfect. We're gonna play the Collapsed Stadium. And then I'm thinking we play Turo. Yeah, this seems pretty reasonable, right? Are we really missing anything here? I don't think we are. Right? I don't know why all the Japanese lists are playing the 60 HP Charmander, but realistically it probably doesn't matter that much. Yeah, this list just seems good all around, right? Nothing particularly spectacular, but like the thing is, as Zard, I think our defensive options are probably our best bet. Why do we want Palpad now? What, did we not play Palpad before? I honestly can't remember. I guess we don't need Palpad. I kind of like Palpad though. We get to cycle Turo. We get to use Boss more. We're playing free Boss on this list. We're playing free Boss on this list. Since Inception? I don't know. Well, yeah, the Japanese lists are playing it, but, I mean, it's not like the Japanese lists are exactly known to be reliable. We could cut the Palpad. I don't know what we're cutting it for, though. 2 Rotom versus Rotom plus... So I understand why we're playing the 2 Rotom, I just kind of disagree with it. Basically, the two Rotom is because you don't have VAP, which means it's harder to find the Rotom. So like, having more Rotom gives you more outs to Rotom, which is just, you know, better, right? I just like the fish, though. I think, like, the fish is... just kind of makes too much sense in the deck. Even, like, if it's not for turn 1, like, you just kind of have that option, right? Your Ultra Balls are always, like, a more active card. And there's so many... The thing is, there's so many things in this format that actively target your Pidgeot. Namely Lost Zone, right? Lost Zone has such an easy time just killing your Pidgeot that, like, I want to have other outs to doing my supporter shit than the Pidgeot, hence Luminion, right? So... Boss Turbo Recycler, yeah. But at that point, that we don't play 3 boss, but I want to play 3 boss in general. But maybe... It's weird. But don't get it as a cosplaying limit, yeah. Yeah, but you can't get away with playing 2 Rotom and Fish. That's too much. It's just too many 2 prizers that you don't want to start with. I think that's the main reason. That aside, though, yeah, I really just think like the main way we're gonna get Zard to like be good in this format is to maximize your defensive options and be able to harass people with Iono. So that in mind, I kind of vibe with the Palpad for now, but put an asterisk on it. That aside, Maximum Belt kind of like lets you mix some offensive tools with stuff like the Collapse, the Turo, and the Ionos. So yeah, this seems fine. This seems like a decent Zard list to go off of. I'm not exactly the Zard expert in my group, I'm gonna be real, but as far as rough drafts are concerned, I think this is pretty solid. I wouldn't be upset bringing this to a tournament, besides the fact that I'd be very upset bringing Zard to a tournament. Yeah. Actually, let's make a folder real quick. Decks made on stream. Sick. Just fucking send it. Alright, cool. New deck. What is next on the list? It is Chien-Pao. Okay, sure. I can't spell. Here we go. So let's start how we normally do. I want to scout some Japanese lists. Again, I already have like an idea of how I want Chien-Pao to look in my head, but there are still a couple of things I need to check. Primarily is what 1 prizes we're playing. So, let's see here, Triple Candy. This plays an Arctibax. Okay, I'm not doing that, but sure. Interesting. 2 Pokestops only? Okay. I don't really vibe with the Kyogre, I'm gonna be real. I don't think the Kyogre is that great. Ooh. Actual Future Box. Alright, anyway. Is there a reason lists have gone down to 2 Chien-Pao? I think it's just because people have realized that Chien-Pao's primary strength comes from the ability to limit your board to an all 1 prizer board, and I think personally that's Chien-Pao's greatest strength in this format, right? I think that's what like makes Chien-Pao good, or like good. I really did not rank it that highly if we're looking at this, right? But I feel like that's like your best attribute as Chien-Pao right now. I just don't like the Kyogre. I don't like the Kyogre, but like if you're not playing 3 Chien-Pao, like what else are you playing? You know? So yeah. Ooh, I like this list actually. This list looks super basic, and that's exactly how I'd want to play Chien-Pao right now. Granted, 1 Rod is just an absolute crime. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah. Like, if you run 3 Chien-Pao, like, you're still able to just, like, attack with Bax or attack with Greninja, right? So, also, Chien-Pao is your best starter, by far, so, alright, let's continue to, collect some more samples real quick. This is Kyogre. Interesting. Palkia Baxcalibur? Okay. Moving moving on. Not gonna spend any more time looking at that if I can avoid it. We've got another list here. Okay, so this plays a 1/1 Palk. Nah, I don't vibe with that, I'm gonna be real. I'll wait for Lost Box discussion. Will you upload the VOD? Yeah, the VOD will be uploaded probably tomorrow if I get around to it. I don't think I shouldn't be able to get around to it today, so yeah, it should be up. I mean, obviously, worst case, like the VOD will be on Twitch for like the next 2 weeks, so I do know most people prefer to like watch VODs on YouTube though. Kyogre's good into Mew, Squawk, Lumen. Most best for all Roaring Wind matchups. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I guess that's a reason to play the Kyogre. Let's play the Kyogre for now. You know what? Let's play the Kyogre. All right. I have a list in my head, or of 50 cards anyway. Start throwing some stuff onto the table here. That is hello, Friggy. Here we go. We are just surely still playing the same split, right? Also, let me like fix the layout of this. Yeah, that's fine. Ninja. Irida. We're still playing 4 Irida, right? Yeah, okay. Playing a boss. Playing a code breaker. I kind of like the 2 code breakers, I'm not gonna lie. Although, what if we played 1 and then a Pal Pad? That might be kind of cool, actually. Yeah. Oh, and an Iono. Throw in the Iono as well. Oh. Can I... There we go. Kyogre's equals shit? Yeah, we kind of had the discussion. We had to talk. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence on it. I think for now, though, it's less about the Kyogre and more so about playing 2 Chien-Paos. Oh, I forgot the bib line. I forgot the bib line. Yeah. Throw those guys in there. Yeah, I feel like you cripple yourself by starting a lot of things in this deck, but I guess 3 in retreat is a lot, but that kind of applies to the hands as well. Although then again, playing both the hands and the Kyogre is just making your odds worse, right? Let's run a calc real quick. Let's go to Limitless Draw Calc. I feel like people forget that this exists. Over here we're playing 14 basics, right? We played this Pokemon split. Not 14 basics, hold up. 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. 10, right? Yeah, 10 basics. So let's say good starters are 1 HP Friggy and Chien-Pao and Bidoof, so that's 6. We have 6 good starters. And then we have 1, 2, 3 bad starters, right? We have 2 or more retreat. And then I feel like this is really just only Chien-Pao. As a follower, can we scooch hands over to the second spot? Oh, like this? Or like, oh, like here? You know what? I think that's fair, honestly. I've been running it, honestly, it feels like I haven't felt that bad. That's fair. Alright, anyway, sure, the supporter card doesn't matter. Okay. Pokemon, bad starters, 2 HP, 2 retreat Friggy, Kyogre, Iron Hands, right? They're all bad starters. The odds of us starting with only a bad starter are 18, rounding up to 19%. That's a lot. All right, so let's put it this way, chat. The odds, if we round up, the odds of us starting either only this, or only this, are 20%. That's 1 out of 5 games. There is just no way that's good. So we have a dilemma here. Okay, hold up. If we were playing 2 bad starters, it goes to round up to 12. If we're playing 1, just the hands, it's 5. We don't have Cross Switcher anymore either. We have Prime Catcher. We can Prime Catcher, but I feel like having to Prime Catcher early just feels bad. Okay, so I'm cutting the Kyogre and playing the 3 Chien-Pao. I think we're fine to play 170 HP backs and 1 hands, of course. No way we're cutting the hands, but yeah. Not fond of the 2 Retreat Frigi. You have to play the 1. You have to play the 1. I think we're just lucky that we have one that has Collect now. Take what we can get, right? Yeah, so the Kyogre's gone. The odds of it basically being 1 in 5 chance of starting a bad start, I'm just not having that happen. Yeah. Alright. Moving on. Let me go. I think this was the list we were looking at, right? Yeah, it's just Ball Search. Just Ball Search. Although this seems like a lot of Ball Search. Did we always play this much Ball Search? Yeah, we did. We always played this much Ball Search. Okay, sure. I'll just say soup. Give me that. Give me 2 of those at a minimum. Just give us 1 70 HP Frigi with 1 retreat. Yeah, I don't think we're getting that. I wouldn't count on it. Yep. Don't need 4-stop either, so you can get a little more space. Okay. I really want to play 4-stop though. Like, fuck the paths. I just want to hit the stop every time. Yep. This was Owen's list, right? Yeah. And this was the list we were looking at, which is okay. Yeah. So step number 2, rare candies. Give me a nice 3 of those. Then give me some Vessel. Still 2 Vessel, right? Is Iono needed? I don't know if it's needed. I just think it's like an option you want to have. Because what I want to do is I want to play a Palpad. This is not traditional. There's nothing normal about playing a Palpad in this deck, but I just want to play it. I want to play the Palpad. I think it makes a lot of sense in the deck. You can play the 1 Codebreaker, the 1 Boss, the 1 Iono. You can kind of get away with the Palpad pretty easily. Can we get away with playing Heavy Ball? We have 4 slots left. Oh, this list is playing Palkia. Okay, probably not the right list we should be looking at then. Let me just find a random one. Nope. Okay, sure. Canceling Clone, right. What do we play? We play this. We play Pokestop. And then we play the usual suspect 9 water, 1 lightning. Just ignoring how unsatisfying this is to look at for a second. I feel like this is like not a bad shout, right? This seems pretty good. Like, just all things considered. I actually don't hate this. I don't hate this at all. I mean, it's linear, right? There's the one Hisuian here. Oh, that's true. Oh, I guess we could cut a Pokestop. I just don't want to cut Pokestop. Like, I do want to play the heavy ball. I want to play the heavy ball. I kind of vibe with that. We could cut to Palpad, but like that just feels mid. I want to try the Palpad. I think it's worth like giving a shot, right? I don't think you need heavy, but like I do think you want heavy, right? We'll just play 2-stop then. I'll go cry myself to sleep over it later. But yeah, this seems like a fairly good starting point for Chien-Pao, right? I'm kind of not too upset about this list. Just Aerodynamic Cryptomaniacs, yeah, I'm not opposed to that. Playing like what a 4-2, I'd assume. Yeah. No, Greninja hands are too important. That's the problem. That's why I want to play the heavy ball. You know. What do we got in here? Oh, that's Lost Box. Hi, Lost Box. Yeah. All right, quite a lot of decks we got here. I guess we'll just keep following the tier list. Now we're in. Oh god, now we're getting into some shit. I guess we'll go Goodra. Fuck it, let's go Goodra. I mean, we're just gonna. I mean, so the original plan for the stream today was I was gonna play post rotation with Jay, right? Like, you know, teammate. But I'm positive that I'm convinced that Jay just overslept. So we've just been building decks all day. I mean, fuck it, it's been fun, right? But I guess the plan is that we'll just kind of keep going down a tier list until we run out of time. Which is like 45 minutes, so like, I don't know, 2 more decks or something. So you made Turbo Hands. Are you considering a future box with Fighting and Psychic? I think future box is actually like kind of slept on. I think let me pull up the list we made earlier just for reference. This is obviously not future box. It's just Turbo Hands. It's just full swing with the hands. I do think like there is a real way to build a deck that's like actual future box where you play shit like Iron Leaves, you play shit like Iron Boulder, and even like Iron Moth isn't even that bad of a shout, right? And you just boost all the damage with the Iron Crown. But yeah, for now, I think it's like the type of deck where I want to like, I want to have a bit more of a clear meta before I build a deck like that. There's so much to test that I think like as a player going into EUIC, you have to just accept that you can't test every single idea, at least not yet, right? Like between EUIC and my next regionals, which would be Indianapolis, I have about a month to just brainstorm shitty ideas. That's what I'm going to do, but for right now, I want to concentrate on stuff that I have actual confidence in is viable. Which is a very long-winded explanation of saying I don't want to build Future Box right now, even though I think the deck is actually pretty slept on. So yeah. Thoughts on Hoopa on Turbo Lost Box? I am currently playing the Hoopa, but I'm kind of 50-50. I am very 50-50 on the Hoopa. I am super undecided on it. Yeah. What makes me rate Ancient Box so highly? It's just a good deck. Here's the current list, if you're curious. It's just a good deck. I mean, beats pretty much everything. Kinda struggles with block slacks, I'm not gonna lie. I would not feel great going into block slacks with this deck, but honestly, everything else seems super good. Right? The main thing holding me back from playing this deck to EUIC right now is block slacks, right? But if this deck finds a way to consistently beat block slacks, I think it's fucking over. And even then, like there's so much in your deck that just like hits, right? As long as you don't get the Greninja into play, you're fine. How does it beat Zard? Just punch shit, bro. Just fucking punch it. Late game, you can one-shot Zard, and then you win the prize trade. It's that simple. Yeah. It's really not that deep. At first I was like, oh, how do we beat Zard? And then I played the Zard matchup and I'm like, oh, so if we just punch them a lot and often, I win. So yeah, that's it's been the game plan. Okay, so what we were doing, we're building Goodra next, right? Don't you need 26, 23 with band? Let me do math. I suck at math. Yeah, that's correct math. Yep. Yeah, that's what you need. And I think the deck plays... I have to go back. Let's see here. 10, 11, 15, 19, 23, 24, 27. So with the band, you get there. With the band, or you can do it without the band if you have literally all your ancient cards in the discard pile besides the moon you're hitting with. Worst case though, if you punch first, which you typically do, you can win the prize trade if you're able to prevent them from collapse stadium shit. But this is assuming they're playing the Barrel Zard, by the way. If they're playing Pidgeot Zard, you just boss their Pidgeot or boss like a Rotom or a fish that hits the board, and you win the prize trade that way. So yeah. Listen, it sounds cope, but it's worked. Like, most of these decks I don't have that much experience with. I have experience with Dino Blocks, and it works. That's why I rate it so highly, right? Because it's the deck that I have the most experience with that I can confidently say this deck is as good as we're making it out to be, right? Turbo Hands is another deck that's really good, right? I haven't played that much with Turbo Hands, but I've played enough against Turbo Hands to know that that is a real ass deck. Okay, enough talking about that. Let's get into Goodra. First of all, give me some comfies. Give me some comfy guys. Give me some not so comfy guys. I mean, do you think it'd be comfy to like lay on or in a Goodra, like on top of a Goodra? I mean, it's probably like slimy. Probably like gross. If you ignore like how gross it is, it's probably like pretty soft, right? Oh god, I should shut up. Okay. Let's see here. So I know there are a couple of Goodra lists running around here. Should have a couple things we can use for inspiration. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is basically what I imagined it to be. Okay. Yeah, fuck inspiration. I already have an idea. Cram. Zam. Greninja. Sable. Yeah, that's another thing. Giving you like being a one prizer gives you so much time. Being a one prizer with 140 HP that can one shot everything in the game with enough time and early just two shots everything is really, really good. Like, it's just really good. We're not playing Manaphy in this because it is so easy for us to just not... Actually, no, scratch that. We are playing Manaphy in this. I will play Manaphy, actually. But, don't we just lose the POW anyway? No, we don't. Hold up. Scratch that idea. First off, give me Colress. Then give me Boss. Then get me Roxanne. We are just Budgetina now. Yep, Saturn Live drops Thursday. I'm looking forward to that. I don't have to use Sim anymore. Sim is nice, but it requires me to have other people, which is very inconvenient when I stream very early in the morning for the Americans and during like work and school days for the Europeans, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, like I like playing against myself on Sim, but like it's just like games feel like they take longer, right? When you do it that way. Oh wait, I forgot bundle. They feel like they take longer. Alright, fuck the Manaphy. No, it's fine. We'll play the Manaphy. We'll play the Manaphy for now. Yeah, we'll play the Manaphy for now. Okay. That aside, Nest Ball. We probably have to play an Ultra. Yeah. Gate, Switch, Broad. Okay. Gate, Switch. 2 Rod should be plenty. Counter Catcher. We are playing 2 Counter Catchers. Bundle looks so good next format. Yeah. Bundle's just a good card, right? Like, it didn't make sense to play last format because you had Rope, but, like, now without Rope, you can just abuse Bundle. I'm a fan. Alright, Vac. Ultra. We're definitely playing 2 Pokegear. Then we're gonna play no Defiance Band. Instead, we're gonna play a Crime Catcher. Fuck the tool cards. We're playing Crime Catcher. And then we're gonna play. This is a deck I actually, by the way, this is a deck that can actually use Crisis Punch. I've been a massive Crisis Punch hater, at least in Sablesard. But now we have a deck that can actually use Crisis Punch to its intended effect. Which is Goodra. Goodra absolutely loves Crisis Punch. Give me a skateboard, and then stadiums get weird. Our biggest fear is reasonably going to be Temple of Sinnoh away or Mist Energy. But that's just Tina. We don't care about stadiums otherwise. So I'm thinking we just go Artisan. I can't spell. Artisan and Town Store. Town Store's probably like not that good though. 2 Artisans probably completely fine. Oh, this doesn't play Poffin. Interesting. I'll get back to the Poffin thing. For now, I'm going to add the energies. Just actually make sure we have the space I want for that. 4 metal, what, 3 water, 2 psychic, 2? Yeah. What did I do? Oh, that cuts cards. Okay. Well, let's uncut the cards I accidentally just cut. Sable. Cram. That is the wrong Cram. And Greninja. Just throw them up here real quick. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the double Artisan as well. If we're not playing the A-Spec tool, like, playing the Town Store just doesn't make sense. Especially because other people will be playing the A-Spec tools and we don't just want to give it to them. Granted, there's, like, we don't care about either of them, like, at all, but, you know. Alright. Mists. Now, where are we getting all this extra space that we currently have? We have 2 cards left. There's a switch card. Oh, I just realized we're only playing 4 switching cards. Because we're not playing Jet. We want to play Jet. How many energy are we on? 11? We're probably looking at like 1 switch card, 1 Jet. Yeah, they played the 3rd round. We're playing stuff like the, what are we playing that they're not? Counter Catcher, 2nd Gear for Defiance Band. What does Defiance Band help us with? Hands? Oh, I guess we kind of do need to respond to Hands. right? I guess we do need to respond to hands. Yeah, okay. And then if we're playing this, we are now playing 3 tool cards. I think we can play the Town Store now. Yeah. Alright, this doesn't seem bad. Not really playing that many switching cards, though. We have the Prime Catcher, I guess. So basically, the reason we're playing the Prime Catcher is that the general concept behind this specific Goodra list is that we want to hunt down the stuff that, like, can blow us up and make sure it doesn't get to do that, right? Hence stuff like Double Counter Catcher, Double Boss, and the Prime Catcher, right? Stuff like Chien-Pao, we just don't want them to ever, like, put backs in play, right? Like, just don't let them backs, right? If we can hit with the Chien-Pao, if we can hit with a Goodra, sorry, and just, like, knock out the backs, I think we're completely vibing. We also have the Zamazenta, we also have the Defiance Band now that now lets Goodra one-shot a Chien-Pao, but yeah, I think the Prime Catcher is a good shout in this deck for now. I'm a big fan of that. This list seems pretty good to me. Alright, how are we doing on time? Save my decks. Do 2 more decks. We should have time for 2 more decks, and then we've built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 decks today. So what we're going to build, chat? We're going to build... I don't want to build another Zard deck. So we'll play like Arc Armarouge and Dialga? Let's do Arc Armarouge, and then we can maybe like try to throw something rogue together. It's another folder, don't want another folder. Alright. Arc Armarouge. I have some experience with this. Oh, hello, thank you. Shoutout. I'm thinking... I think we just play this one. For now, at least. Armor. Okay. Fine. I guess I can't spell. Give me 2 seconds. Here we go. Okay, this is with A's, sure. There we go. Got it. What does this one do? Okay, cool. I got the Armarouge EX. So Armarouge EX is interesting. It's just really tanky on the first hit. But like the first hit's what matters because you can get 2-shotted anyway. And then the attack is obviously pretty good. Does a lot of damage. Yeah, I vibe with that. Is this the altar? Interesting. Looks good. Alright. Heatran. Hell yeah. Mew EX. Mew EX. Mew EX. Good job, Christian. Alright, what else do these lists play? A barrel line? Okay. Interesting. Max Belt, because we're Arc. I'm thinking that's fine. Single copy of a Buddy Poffin. Why is that not a bad shout? Let's take a look at some more lists. Cobalion? I'm assuming for Zard. We don't have the Ray anymore, so that makes sense. Delphox is good. You can lost on the DTE. Let's poke around a bit more. Here's another one. Okay. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. Okay, this is certainly A-list. How are we feeling about gouging fire in this? Probably not that hot on it. And then again, that's a lot of damage though. That's a lot of damage. Max belt with it, we're doing 310. I think Arc Armor is just like a good deck post rotation, but I'm also like not really sold that it's like worth investing the time into right now. I like my take on Arc, and like once the VOD is up and people can like go back and like look at the tier lists like section, where like talk about all the decks. But my take on Arc is like Arc decks are good, but like there's just no reason to play any other Arc deck than Arctina. Right? Or at least there's very little reason. So, alright, I want to play Delphox. This is an evolution line. Let's just like toss it up here, I guess. We're probably playing 3 Charcadet, right? 3 Charcadet, Armarouge, Heatran, Mew, Delphox. I don't think we ever have space for Gouging Fire. Yeah. I don't think we ever get to play Gouging Fire in this deck. Okay. Let's do... kind of liking just... yeah, going hard into research, right? 3 research, 3 Iono, 3 Boss 1 Turo? Seems reasonable. Especially if they punch the... if they punch Big Armarouge and then you Turo it, that seems super good. That seems super good to me. Alright, give me 4 Ultra. Give me 4 Nests. Give me the 4th Arc. And give me a Buddy Poffin. Playing the 4th Arc because the alternative is playing a Capturing Aroma, and that's not going to happen. I just like the one Buddy Poffin, mainly because it is a turn 2 Starbirth grab that will effectively let you grab both the Charcadet and the Bidoof. So I like that. 2 Switch is probably what we have to play because you don't really want to play Jet Energy in this. I don't know that I'm sold on Counter Catcher. I don't think that's really worth it. I like the Vacuum. I like the Rod. I want to play 4 Bazin though. Vac. Let's get the more new art. Vac. Rod. Belt. I want to play Choice Belt as well. We'll just go Magma. Here we go. Magma Bazin 4. And then I'm thinking we're fine space-wise. 8 Fire. And DTEs, right? Yeah. This is very similar to actually this. Hold up, let's play a Heatran instead of the Radzard. Like this is just fine, right? Like I think the supporter count is pretty much perfect. I wouldn't hate a Palpad, but I think the Bibarel is really good. I think the Mew is good. The Delphox is good. The Heatran is really good. Heatran's a super good card. We got Big Armarouge for big damage, right? We can move all the energy onto the Armarouge and then do Scorching Bazooka. So, like, what are we trying to hit? If we hit 9 energy is 400 damage, but, like, we don't play 9 energy, so we're really not one-shotting stuff. Like, I don't think we're one-shotting stuff with this deck unless we're using Heatran. Oh, we also have both the belts, though. We have both the belts. So yeah, this seems good. I think our numbers should just always be fine here, right? We play the 4-4 arc just so we can like actually get to Starbirth. Yeah, this seems fine to me. Yeah. Seems good. I'm also going to go. This is Arctina. We'll have that be Arc, and then Arc Pidgeot will just be. What Pidgeots? Just we'll actually have like different icons for everything. Yeah. Okay. Last deck. So here's the tier list we made, right? Can you quickly see the Lugia list? Yeah, sure. Here's the Lugia list. Just to quickly go over things. The Zard is to respond to Lost Box's 2 prizes in the late game. The Mew is draw. It's Tina. It's good. I just think Japanese lists forgot Mew EX exists. I'm debating whether or not we play the second Serena or the Jock. Kind of undecided there. And then the Luxray is also worth considering, but you're probably not going to find space for both Luxray and Zard. So yeah, that's where we're at with Lugia for right now. Yeah. All right, moving on. So the thing is, I don't really know what I want to build as the last deck here. I know jack shit about Dialga. I'm not building Barrel Zard. We could build a Gardevoir deck. Sure, fuck it. Let's go Guardy, actually. Let's see if we can create something fun with Gardevoir. We still have Teleportation Burst, right? Yeah. Then we go Kirlia. Then we go Gardevoir. So the interesting thing is, like, I'm kind of considering, do we even play 4-4-2? Raging Bulk. Nah, this is gonna be Driftlim. Yeah, with Balloon Blast. That's not worth playing. So let's go here, and what I want to check out is what are we realistically gonna skip? I mean, like deck-wise, everything. Fuck, we're going straight to Gardevoir. Ooh, sorry. Wow. I want to take a look at this. So Gardevoir is in a very interesting spot right now. Ooh, Gardevoir is also a deck that Oh, for memory skip? What are we skipping? That's a great question. Probably Arceus stuff. Probably just Arc. Okay. Yeah, this is giving me an idea. I think I know how I want to build. How I want to build Guardy. So we're gonna go Screamtail. I'm gonna go Weirdeer. Hey, I spelled it correctly. That's crazy. And then I want to play the Fluttermane. I'm a Fluttermane hater, but if listen, if this deck wants to beat Lost Box, it's gonna have to be through Fluttermane. But I also don't think you're ever getting away with playing 2, so you're gonna have to force the bundle. All right, and Manaphy. I don't think we're ever playing the. I don't think we're ever playing the. Fuck, what's it called? Jirachi. We're not playing Jirachi. If what's it called? If we're playing Flutter. Because if we're playing Flutter, then we either beat Lost Box or they bundle and we lose. So yeah, I think we lose to Lost Box regardless. I don't think we try to like beat it. I don't think that's worth. Are we playing 2 boss? We have the Screamtail Snipe, but I think I think one boss double counter catcher is still like just a thing, right? Unless we play Turo Palpad, right? We play Turo Palpad? That's what this list is doing. This plays Technical Machine Evolution. I guess that's not bad? No Cress? I'm kind of like not... I don't know about Cress. I guess we can play Cress. I'm kind of like unsure on Cress as well. One rare candy's wild. Oh, I guess we're playing TND. Ooh. Okay, hold up. Hold up. No, okay. TM Evo. Why are we on all caps? Oh, right. It's because it's Technical Machine. Tech. Haha. Alright. We're playing 2 of these. And we're playing 2 Arven. What if we played 4 Arven? Because as it currently stands, we're not doing anything until turn 3. Going second. Let it cook. Hold up, we're cooking. We're cooking. Nest, Ultra, Rod. Yeah, those counts seem fine. All these counts seem completely fine. Still Temporal Rod, yeah. Do we really play to Drifloon? I guess Drifloon is our like best attacker. God, my throat is sore. I'm gonna need to drink some tea after this. Candy. We have the Palpad already. Move that down. I'm gonna play both capes. We're gonna play Charm. Gonna fit in Asada. And we're gonna play 1 Town Store, 1 Artisan. Because we have 4 Arven, so we don't need 2 Town Store. Do we need to play... Do we really need to play 10 Psychic? We probably do, don't we? I guess we could cut down to 3 Arven. Or we cut down to... Well, first of all, actually, hold up. We're going to play 1 Drifloon, cut it for a Heavy Ball. I'd much rather do that, so we can actually pick and choose our attackers. Yeah, that seems better. And then we'll just sort this by HP. Yeah. This puts us at 6. Wait, what did we cut? Oh, we cut the Arven. Yeah. Like, this is kinda... Why does this not look bad? Like, I know I kind of ranked Guardy, like, really low, but, like, why do I not hate this list? Just, like, looking at it. Oh, let me put this with tool cards, hold up. Like, this looks good. This looks like a good deck. And I don't know that I think Gardevoir is supposed to look good. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad, right? Like, okay, well, I guess it's less so about that and more so like, what are we actually beating with this? Because, like, we set up and, like, our attackers really aren't that bad, right? Like, we're probably looking at, like, mainly Weird Ear, Cresselia. Well, we're looking at everything except Fluttermane, really. doesn't... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it sucks going first with this, but I think you just kind of have to, like, accept that fact. Like, at least going first with this, you're like Guardy going first, like, as long as you're still able to get Ralts in play, which granted, you don't have Mew anymore, so we're really struggling to make that happen if you whiff Poffins, but... Yeah. That's part of the reason I don't like Bibzard. The other part of the reason I don't like Bibzard is because it's Zard, and Zard's shit, but you know. Alright. Yeah, I think we're just gonna send it with this. This looks fine to me, honestly. The Aroma A-Spec is gonna go... Honestly, yeah, I think the Aroma A-Spec might actually be really good for Guardy. I think for Guardy, what I'm less concerned about is the ability for the deck to work, and more so about like the meta for Guardy. I just don't think the meta for Guardy is just like that. It's just not well positioned in the meta, right? Like it loses the cards that like really made it what it is, right? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Zard is shit, yet it farms Danish Cups. Correction. Zard doesn't farm Danish Cups. Oscar Messin farms Danish Cups, right? And also, to be fair, I played Tina at the last cup, and I didn't hit Oscar. And the other really good player in the room was Magnus, who played Bennett. And, I mean, that, you know, kind of fucking goes without saying, right? Alright, let's take a look at... Oh boy, that's a lot of decks. Skill issue, clearly? Probably. We've got attackers, too. New Psychic... what do we got? New Psychic Legendary Bird thing. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad shout. That's my main gripe with Gardevoir right now. We'll, like, quickly go back to Guardy. My main gripe is, like, your damage is based off of your damage counters instead of your energy, which makes you a lot more vulnerable to shit like Sableye. Like, we're not trying to beat Sableye decks with this. We're just completely just accepting the fact we lose to Lost Zone because we have to. Unless we're trying to crest, but, like, I don't think that's enough, I'm gonna be real. Especially with hands. Like, every Lost Zone deck is playing hands or they're Tina, right? I guess you could probably beat Tina with this if you played the Jirachi. But, I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it. But we'll see. Alright, let's go over everything we built today. And, I think we'll call it a day after that. So, Lost Box. Deck's solid. I think this is, like... I don't think there's a clear BDAF, but if you were to, like, put a gun to my head and say, name BDAF right now, I'd probably say Lost Box. Deck's versatile. Deck's consistent. Deck can use one price and two prices to good effect. I'm very 50-50 on the Hoopa, but for now, it's staying in the deck. Everything else is bog standard, good Lost Box deck. Okay, moving on. Tina, also really good. Iron Leaves, kind of not sure on it yet. Mainly just because I'm not that big of a Zard fan, and if Zard falls off, then there's no reason to play Leaves. Besides that, deck is really good, Tina's good, just play consistent good Tina, and this should be fine. Alright, Dinobox, very good deck, super slept on. Yes, it beats Zard, don't even ask the question. Just good, consistent, beatdown deck. 140, 200 with Booster Capsule is so much HP for a big basic one prize to have. And yeah, I'm very excited for this deck to prove that it's very, very, very good. And also, I enjoy my gimmicky one prize decks. I'm looking forward to this one. Alright. Bloxlax. We cooked a little bit with this one. We're playing the Zubat and what's it called? Emergency board combo to look at the opponent's hand every time it goes into the active, which is going to let us abuse cards like Erica's Invitation and Airy a bit more. Besides that, this is pretty standard Bloxlax. Mantine is not a real card, and you cannot make me play it. So therefore, we're playing stuff like the Lure module, and yeah. Just good old solid Bloxlax. Very well positioned right now. Can't go wrong. Carlos Lugia. Carlos Lugia, looking good, looking solid. Things to note are that the Zard is here to beat the two prize attackers, namely hands, in the late game against Lost Zone. Cinccino, still very, very good into most of your matchups. Snorlax, still very, very good. The Ditto is just better than the 4th Lugia. It allows you for better collapse plays in the mid to late game. We could play the Luxray. The Luxray is very good for Mirror, but for now it's Charizard because you can't really find space for 2 or for both of them, I don't think. And finally, the Serena and the Jacques are kind of interchangeable. We either play 2 Serena, 0 Jacques, or 1-1. For now, I'm testing 1-1, but I'm not too sold on the Jacques, so we'll see how that goes for down the line. Okay, Arctina. Pretty standard, basic Arctina list. I think Arctina is very, very well positioned in the meta. The Airy is weird, but it's very popular in Japanese lists, and I'm trying to figure out why. But it is a deck that kind of just can get away with playing stuff, although the Airy is probably a cut card. Same as the Iron Leaves if Zard falls off. Besides that, the deck is good. It's standard. It's Arctina. It does a lot of damage, and we're here for it. Turbo Hands. Very good, very linear. Very exploitable for that reason. However, if you have a mildly slow start, this deck will run over you regardless of what you're playing. So, yeah, this deck is good. It's very real, and it's worth respecting going into EUIC. List is basic. But I don't think you're ever trying to do anything super spicy with this deck. I think the idea is just go fast, hit hard, hope you cheese the game with Amp. If you don't, you go to game 2, right? No reason to overcomplicate. Gholdengo. Chat tries to convince me to play the Dunsparce. I'm not sold on it, but this list does seem pretty good. This deck is, or just 60, is balls to the walls aggression. We just want to turbo through the deck and hit big numbers as fast as possible, because I think that is Gholdengo's single biggest strength in this format is the ability to hit an unlimited damage cap and be consistent about it too without relying on stuff like Baxcalibur. So we're trying to maximize that with cards like the 4 Pokestop, the 2 Cryptomaniac, and the 2 Morty. Yeah, moving on. Zard Pidgeot. I am not that big on Zard Pidgeot. However, if you are going to play Zard Pidgeot, the best thing you can do is to maximize your odds of cheesing the late game. This means playing cards like Collapse Stadium, playing cards like Turo, maybe playing Hero's Cape. However, right now I'm playing the Belt, mainly because if you can combo the Belt and getting a surprise knockout with the Belt, with cards like Turo, Roxanne, Collapse Stadium, etc., you might be able to swing a game you otherwise couldn't win. Besides that, spam Iono, win the game. Hope that's enough. Yeah, the standard Zard experience. Chien-Pao. Again, pretty basic, solid list. I think Chien-Pao really just wants to focus on consistency and aggression. This deck will fucking just fold if your opponent harasses your Baxcaliburs. However, you have to just kind of win regardless in a lot of cases, and that's going to be the goal with this 60. Is just to, again, hit hard, hit fast. Hope you're playing against something that can't boss their Baxcalibur every single turn while putting an actual threat in the active. Of course, that is a big and very important caveat. Alright, move on. Goodra. Slept on deck. Not super sure if I think this deck is top tier, but it has the potential to be. We're playing the Prime Catcher to play a more aggressive way of playing Goodra. Kind of the threatened stuff that could one-shot us, namely the Baxcalibur and Chien-Pao. Being able to Prime Catcher that, I think, is a big deal. I think Prime Catcher in general is just a good card for this deck. Gives you another switch card as well. Maximum Belt and Hero's Cape just don't do enough, in my opinion. So yeah, Defiance Band is good. Crisis Punch is good. This is the single deck I have, like the only deck I've ever really built that I feel like the Crisis Punch is good, but the Crisis Punch makes a lot of sense in this because it lets Goodra hit numbers it otherwise couldn't hit, with the Cramorant, of course. So, yeah, Goodra seems solid, seems good. I'm excited to see if we can make this deck work. If not, then oh well. Worst case scenario, though, you can never go wrong with a Comfy Engine, at least in this format. Arc Armarouge. Again, a very basic list for Arc Armarouge. I think the most important thing with this deck is being able to set up your board, take a hit with Arc, take a hit with Armarouge GX, and then eventually being able to blow up something with the Radiant Heatran. The 1/1 with Barrel is cute, but I'm not sold on it. The Delphox is cool and very good, since a lot of Lost Zone stuff are cutting the Manaphy. Besides that, Maximum Belt is just good for every Arc deck. The Choice Belt is still, Choice Belt, right? Turo is very good and a very easy way to abuse stuff like your Armarouge, stuff like your Arc, right? Recycle these cards, especially the Armarouge, because you get to reset the ability. and discard the energy instead of them going to your hand, so you can abuse them with the Basin or Rod to Trinity Nova them back onto the field. Arceus Pidgeot. Very, very, very slept on deck, but very good. Our Pidgeots could potentially be the best card in the format right now. We'll have to see how that pans out. But besides that, yeah, we're playing a 1-1 Tina, and again, the Iron Leaves. Once again, the Iron Leaves only here for as long as Zard is a top-tier deck. We'll see if that ends up remaining true going into UIC. Tina, though, good 1-1 line, but mainly want to just abuse the Arc and the Pidgeot combination to play defensively and harass our opponent with stuff like Iono Judge, Sharon's Care, Turo, Airy, etc., right? So this deck just seems good, well-positioned, and overall solid. The Tomb is exclusively here, so we beat Bloxlax, but again, could be cut if you're not trying to beat Bloxlax. Finally, Gardevoir we just built. Very interesting deck, probably not that good. However, as far as Gardevoir lists are concerned, this one actually does impress me quite a lot. I'm kind of a bit proud of myself, actually. Yeah. As long as you dodge Guardy's problematic matchups, I think this is fine. I think this is good. I think this can absolutely beat a lot of things in the format. We'll just have to see if Guardy is able to keep up with the way rotation has changed the metagame. Cool, that's the summary of everything we built today. It's been a fun stream. A bit impromptu with how shit ended up going. Jay literally just texted me as I'm about to end the stream. Good job, boy. It's fine, though. It's fine. I'll just have to bully him for it relentlessly later. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for coming by. Here's all the decks. There was all the deck lists as well. Just showed off all of them. Do you like the 3-2 Pidgeot line? I like 3-2. But really, I think you could do 2-2 just as fine. I'm kind of flip-floppy on it, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Bunch of buttons you can click down below. They all do cool stuff. Next stream will be on Wednesday. We're going to be playing Late Nights. One final send-off to Standard. I'll probably play Sablezard. It's like a last tribute to the deck. And, yeah, it's going to be a good time. Standard late night hours, so it's going to be 6 p.m. to whenever we're done, realistically close to 10 p.m. For European Central Time. Of course, standard time zone for the stream. I'm stuck in Europe. And, yeah, that's going to be it. So, do all the things I just told you or don't. It's kind of your choice. I can't really force you, but besides that, yeah, bye.